this is generally positive for City in terms of its leniency, but I wouldn't read too much into it because, of course, this is a sanction agreement. As to when it's coming, I mean, clearly we are now way over the expectations of all the parties. The last information I had is they have no idea when it's coming.
Football finance expert Stefan Borson there. Our very own Simon Jordan isn't convinced City should be celebrating just yet, though.
This is good and bad for Manchester City. It's good to some extent because it sets a precedent. It's bad if the heat and the noise in the room gets very loud.
Right.
And people start to go, I don't think so. When the heat gets turned up and all of a sudden the focus turns in on it.
City trail Real Madrid by 3-0 heading into tonight's second leg. You can hear Chelsea versus PSG live on talkSPORT tonight from 7. A red bit of good news for Tottenham now. Lucas Bergvall is back in training ahead of their meeting with Atletico Madrid. He's been out for 2 months with an ankle injury. Skipper Christian Romero also returns, but Conor Gallagher was absent from the open training session. You can hear the Spurs game tomorrow night over on talkSPORT 2. Now, FIFA say they will not consider moving Iran's World Cup games from the USA to Mexico. Donald Trump suggested it wouldn't be appropriate for them to turn up for their own life and safety. Craig Bellamy's left Wales captain Aaron Ramsey out of his squad for the upcoming World Cup playoffs. Wales face Bosnia and Herzegovina, and if they win that, Italy or Northern Ireland next. League Two and Fleetwood Town have named Matt Lawler as their new permanent head coach, a caretaker and interim boss over a couple of spells. He says he feels incredibly privileged after 9 years at the club. And after Gerwyn Price seemed to suggest he needed a mental break from darts, Stephen Bunting's told us he doesn't think the schedule is too demanding.
Obviously, I get tired as well. It is a long tour, but it's a rewarding tour as well. So the more you play, the more money you get paid. So it's beneficial to play in as much as you can. And then you're chasing the rankings as well.
Bunting's back on stage in Dublin on Thursday for the Premier League's Night 7. More at talksport.com.
A very good evening and welcome to talkSPORT Gold. That is brought to you by Final One Standing, which is new from William Hill. It's 18 plus. GambleAware.org. Terms and conditions apply. Just gone 7 o'clock on Tuesday, March the 17th. And it is a big night in the Champions League. 3 English sides trying to navigate their way through to the quarterfinals. And all 3 have got work to do. 2 in particular with a mountain to climb. That's Man City and Chelsea. Man City versus Real Madrid. Real Madrid leading 3-0 from the first leg. Chelsea versus Paris Saint-Germain. Paris Saint-Germain leading 5-2 from the first leg. So if either of those two sides can make it through to the next round of the Champions League, whether it's Anfield 2019, the Nou Camp 2017, the Stadio Olimpico in 2018, we will be talking about one of the great nights, one of the great Champions League comebacks. Chelsea and Man City both trailing by 3 goals this evening. Arsenal with lots of work to do. They're at home to Bayer Leverkusen. It's 1-1 from the first leg. Another team that are trying to overturn a 3-goal deficit is Sporting. They were trailing the first leg 3-0 against Bodo Glimt. Sporting are leading 1-0 this evening. So it's Sporting 1, Bodo Glimt 1. Bodo Glimt 3-1 up from on aggregate. And of course, Bodo Glimt's run to this point in the Champions League has been nothing short of absolutely sensational. Will that fairy tale continue? Well, so far it looks like it is. Before I bring in our panel for this evening, of course, this show is with our very good friends at William Hill. We've got some epic boosts this evening in all 3 games involving English sides. Man City, Real Madrid, Erling Haaland to score anytime. Impact sub applies inside 90 minutes. It was 4-7, now evens. Arsenal by Leverkusen, Arsenal to lead at half time, was 8-13, now evens. And in the Chelsea Paris Saint-Germain game, all these 8 o'clock kickoffs, Chelsea's score in the first half is now evens. It was 8-13. I'm your host, Sam Ellard. Representing Arsenal this evening, we've got CJ the Deluded Goon, and representing Man City this evening is Kim Katarthi. Welcome back to the show, Kim. And Abby Summers is alongside me as well. How are we, guys?
Great, man. You know my thing. All right, man.
Kim?
Been better.
Yeah?
Been about a couple of weeks.
Yes, it has, hasn't it? I mean, was it the Forest? No, I think it was the Forest game kind of around Christmas time that you came in chest out being like, we're winning the league. It doesn't matter. We're winning the league. Have you been surprised? Disappointed, of course, but surprised at kind of the drop-off in the last couple of weeks? I mean, last 2 league games, dropping 4 points to Forest and West Ham is just unacceptable, isn't it?
I think it's not necessarily a drop-off. I was saying to Abby before, like, apart from maybe 6 to 7 weeks this season, that has been our level. We have actually been pretty poor. You come in with chest because you've got hope and you've seen what City have done over the past year. You've got the best manager in the world. In January, we bought the best centre-back that we could buy. We bought the best winger in the league that we could buy. So there's every reason to be confident. But the last couple of weeks have just been nowhere near good enough. And
why is that? Why do you think the City team this season haven't been able to hit the heights that are required to
we're
win the
just
league?
in a transition period. We're trying to change the entire culture at the club. We're trying to change the entire style of play. There's obviously question marks over Pep Guardiola, which he hasn't quietened down, which I don't think has helped. I think either say in January that you're going to leave or say you're not going to leave, but then the whole question marks probably definitely doesn't help. I'm hearing like his press conferences at the moment, every time he's asked about his future, he won't give an answer.
Do you think he knows?
I think he probably is leaning one way or the other. But I don't think he's communicating that to anyone at the club. And I feel like it feels a bit disjointed. But I've said it many times before, we are in a massive transition period. You look at the players who we had 2-3 years ago when we were winning the league, and you look at the players we've got now, they're almost the exact opposite. We had Ederson, who couldn't save, but he was the best with his feet. Now we've got Donnarumma, who can't kick a ball, but he's the best goalie in the world. Like, that's how different the style of football that we're trying to enact is. The fact that we've run Arsenal close is fairly impressive, but albeit probably down to the fact that we've spent a ridiculous amount of money doing it. But this season probably is just one season too early. I thought when we beat Leeds 1-0 the other day, I thought we're definitely going to win the league, because I thought that was such a poor performance and it's a really tough place to go. And we managed to get the win despite the fact that they had way more shots, way more chances. In my head, I was like, that's actually what champions do. But the Forest game was exactly the same as the Leeds game. It's just they scored 2 goals. And the West Ham game is exactly the same as that. The performances haven't been great. We've been quite lucky, to be honest, to be where we were. Do you think with Pep, do you think he is, like, I think if City went on to win the league this season, or even though, let's say City won one, if City won one of the big ones, like, I think my guess would be, in my mind, I think Pep would have been happy to walk away and say, right, I've won it. But I think if you don't win the big trophies this season, I think Pep's more likely to stay. Like, I don't think Pep... I'd be amazed if he leaves on this.
Yeah. Like,
because last season was so poor, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And this season, this season, there's still a possibility that we could win the quadruple, right? In 90
For the next 2.5 hours, it's still on, isn't it, right?
It's still on,
still
right?
possible.
So anything can still happen this season. But I'd be very, very surprised if we win anything other than maybe the FA Cup or the Carabao Cup, which of course we've got on Sunday. I don't think we'll win one of the big ones unless a miracle happens tonight and unless Arsenal have a massive slip up. And as you say, I think it's unlikely that Pep would want to leave without winning one of the big ones, especially when the last 2 years have been this transition period where he's trying to change style of play. It would make sense to me that he would want to see that through to actually win something, and then he'd be happy to go.
CJ, I mean, have you been, obviously you can only take care of your own side, which is something you're doing. By the way, talking of comebacks, well, we might be witnessing a pretty special comeback in Portugal because Sporting are now leading Bodo Glimt by 2-0. So Bodo Glimt were 3 up on aggregate from the first leg. Bodo Glimt are now trailing by 2-0. Sporting 2, Bodo Glimt 0. There we go, Kim. That could be the sign. That could be the Etihad this evening, couldn't it?
Yeah, it could. I was going to say I don't think Bodo Glimt's the same opposition as Real Madrid, but Bodo Glimt
turned you over, didn't they?
Turned us over, so anything can happen.
Bodo Glimt have won their last 5 games in the competition, could equal the longest European Cup or Champions League winning streak by a team outside of the Europe's big 5 leagues. Looks like they're not going to win this evening, but I think right now the only thing they'll care about is not conceding another goal. So Sporting 2, Bodo Glimt 0, Bodo Glimt leading 3-2 on aggregate. We've said a lot this season, haven't we, on the show that, one of the, lots to talk about Arsenal and, whether they're mentally going to be able to see it through. But I think we've almost kind of thought the one thing that could work in Arsenal's favour this season is this isn't a City team of years gone by where, it gets to the turn of the year and they win 10, 12, 14 games in a row. And clearly we've seen that happen over the last couple of weeks and months.
Yeah, I think that the hopium that we might have had for there to be a proper title race, like we've got close at times, or we've as the neutral.
Up until 10 days ago, before the Forest game, it was what?
2 points.
Yeah.
With the game in hand, or is that?
Yeah, with the game in hand. Like, there's been times where you've closed the gap at City, but it's just the lack of consistency. Like, Arsenal for loads of times over the course of the season didn't capitalise on certain things, but City couldn't capitalise either, and that is why we've ended up with Arsenal at this point 9 points clear. Of course you have a game in hand, of course they have to come to the Etihad, but even me, who with the best will in the world would want Manchester City to do this and win the league, I don't even believe that you could do that anymore. I really don't. It would take some type of miracle. Like, City, for me, they are in a transition, as we can all see. You've been in a transition since last season. The drop-off was huge by the standard.
Transition, though, isn't it?
No, I don't actually think it is. I really don't think it is. I think if you have a look at... I think if you have a look at how, and actually Liverpool, I spoke about this earlier, Liverpool go into the same bracket for me. If you look at what Liverpool and City have achieved over those years with Klopp and with Pep, that is their cycle. Obviously, City having the achievements that they did, maybe Pep should have left at that point, but I understand wanting to then maybe go again and rebuild the team. The drop-off was so severe because things were staler than I think people thought it was. I mean, you would probably know more than me, 100%. You're a City fan. But when you look at the last few windows, City have been rebuilding since last January. So, yes, they spent a lot of money, but last January, the summer, and this January. I think that takes more than 3 windows to rebuild, in my opinion. If you have a look at Liverpool... Last season, it was still Jurgen Klopp's team. Yes, you spent a lot of money, but you still have a lot of missing pieces. I'm not saying Arne Slot is the right man to do the job, but it does take time when you've had so much stability. Mo Salah said it himself. Look at Arsenal. Arsenal were in the best position this season because they'd had the most stability. They'd managed to build 2 separate squads, effectively, which City had for years, and Liverpool basically had there or thereabouts similar enough. Not maybe as the quality of City, but still able to compete on multiple fronts. Arsenal haven't been able to do that up until probably this summer, where their squads are ready to go. So when we talk about our City still in a transition, absolutely, they are still in it. Liverpool are just at the start of their transition. Arsenal, it's their time because they've spent the last 5-6 years chasing Liverpool and Manchester City, who were in their pomp, and now it's switched. Now it's Arsenal's time.
Is that how you see it, CJ?
Listen, we're just trying to win every game that comes in front of us, man. It's you got a Spurs fan there, you got a City fan there. If they said it, what can I say? Like, we're just trying to win tonight, go through to the next round. It's true. Like, you look at our age profile of number of players, especially our defence. Again, there's been a lot of years behind this. You know, you look at what Edu done prior to him leaving. You look at what Mikel Arteta said, and I implore any Arsenal fan to the day he signed for this football club. Yeah, man, we've caught a sweet spot in that. A lot of teams are in transition. We're still in an attacking transition, but a lot of teams are in transition. We've got stability. We need to capitalise on this. And that's been the case of the last 3 years, 4, including now.
Kim, going back to last week, 3-0 was harsh, wasn't it, on City? I know it's a brutal game at this stage. We're playing a top team like that. But, I mean, we were doing a watch-along last week, so I was watching sort of 3 or 4 games at the same time. But in particular in that first half, like every time I looked up at the screen, Jeremy Doku had somebody on toast, Trent down that left-hand side. Didn't take good chances. And then all of a sudden, next thing you know, you're 3-0 down. Every time Madrid went forward, they seemed to punish you. I mean, the first 20 minutes, we were really, really good. I mean, we were really good. I looked at that team and I thought he's basically playing all wingers. He's not. Did you like the team, or you were critical? Because it was the thing is, I'm critical now because we lost 3-0. Yeah, but I think the first time this season, like maybe around the sort of time where you had a decent run, like it was actually okay to try and guess. It was that, to try and guess a Pep team was doable, because almost like it was Rodri, it was O'Reilly, Bernardo, Semenyo, Haaland, and Cherky normally, and then he completely throws it out of the window for the Madrid game. You see, the thing is, and it's really harsh because you don't want to be too critical, but I look at that Madrid game and I think if Erling Haaland is September Erling Haaland, we're 3-0 up at half-time, not 3-0 down. Jeremy Doku, obviously, every single time he plays Trent Alexander-Arnold, he embarrasses him like to the nth degree. It's humiliating to watch, and he did exactly the same for the first 20 minutes. He put 3 of the exact same balls, which all went across the 6-yard box. And which Haaland, he was on his heels, wasn't he, in the middle of the box?
He was on his heels, and if you look at the form from Haaland from January to now, he scored 4 goals, 2 of them have been penalties, and his performances have been genuinely awful. And I think the problem with Haaland is he's one of those players where when he doesn't perform, and I know this sounds harsh, he is genuinely a waste of a player. I'd rather him just be nowhere near the pitch.
He doesn't get involved.
Because he doesn't get involved. He's not that great on the ball. His passing isn't great. His link-up play is not great. When he's off form, I'm talking about, he just doesn't do anything. And if the only thing that you have to do is get into the 6-yard box, and because our entire identity about scoring goals comes from Erling Haaland, if he doesn't do that, there's no impetus for like Mateus Nunes to come in and get in that position, because he doesn't think that he needs to, because we play the way that all the chances should fall to the striker. And if the striker isn't making those moves, we're not going to get any goals. And that was what was so frustrating
this season. He looks like at times maybe he's not fit. He's carrying a slight knock.
I think he's probably about 70% fit.
You reckon?
Yeah, I think he's probably about 70% fit.
He looks slow.
But what's frustrating though is we've played games over the last couple of weeks or last couple of months where we've had Marmoush and Antoine Semenyo as a front two, as a wide front two, and it's worked really well. And I know it's Erling Haaland, but at some point, do you not just think, let's just give him a rest? Let's see what the others can do.
Try something new.
I think if we'd gone into that Madrid game in that weird like 4-2-2-2 with Marmoush and Semenyo up front, I think it would have been a lot more productive and actually had a midfield than basically playing four wingers and trying to get the ball into Haaland, who's not interested or not fit.
It's interesting to hear his name today because I was watching Pep's press conference yesterday, and every time he kept being asked about scoring goals, 3 goals, 4 goals, he kept using the word control. Like, we need to be better defensively to have any chance of winning, which I guess is true, isn't it? Because if you can see 1 or 2. So it's the team tonight. Donnarumma in goal. Nunez, Diaz, then he's gone Kuzanov and Aït-Nouri. So Kuzanov plays over Guéhi. Aït-Nouri is a left back, but yet there's no O'Reilly in midfield. So you've got Rodri, Bernardo, Reinders plays. It's then Haaland and Cherki, and then Doku from the left-hand side. So I guess the headline there, the good news that Cherki's back in. Doku plays over Semenyo, and there's no O'Reilly. I thought he'd pair Rodri and O'Reilly back together to try and get that control.
I mean, this stinks of the formation that we played when we beat Madrid 4-0 at home in what I think is the greatest ever Champions League performance on our way to the treble. I've never seen a team play like that. And I remember looking at the team sheet before and I thought, that's a bit midfield heavy. And I remember thinking, you've got the left footer, it was Bernardo Silva instead of Cherki, it was on the right wing. And that game we just completely dominated because we had total control. So I don't mind the team. I think it's unfortunate for Mark Guéhi, but his first trip to Europe was not a pleasant one for him. He had his pants pulled down quite embarrassingly. I think Semenyo as well probably doesn't deserve to play from his performance last week. I don't understand the Pep Guardiola Cherki thing. I don't understand why he's not the first name on the team sheet. Last time I came in was that Forest game and we were all saying...
has he got the second most assists in the Premier League this season?
Yeah. And
his numbers are incredible.
And he always produces.
Yeah.
Even if he might be a little bit languid in style and it might look like he's not putting in that much effort, he always does something, but it seems like Pep doesn't fancy him that much. I'm confident with this team. Whether I'm confident enough for us to win 4-0.
I think City win tonight but don't go through.
I think so as well. I think the Kusanov thing makes sense as well, by the way, because obviously, and Aït-Nouri, because they're both rapid, and that's how Madrid are going to attack.
For Real Madrid, there is no Bellingham or Mbappe in the starting lineup. But both are on the bench. Is that correct? Kylian Mbappe's on the bench. In fact, there's no Jude Bellingham on the bench. I know that he travelled, didn't he? Looks like he hasn't made the bench. So Mbappe on the bench. Once again, it's Diaz and Vinny Jr.
You have to admit, when you look at that team, it's on, isn't it? Look at that team.
There we go. No, do you know what, Kim? I think I want part of you tonight to just have a tiny bit of hope. Come on.
I've got a glimmer of hope, but I did say before.
Worst teams are beating Real Madrid.
Definitely.
I'm kind of hoping that we don't do it because I gave away my ticket to City with you fools. So if I've ruined the opportunity,
you don't realise how blessed you are.
That's selfish, man. You're blessed.
I have to say, by the way, this is your last ever goal show.
Yeah, Jamie.
I have to say, this is 18 months since the first time someone in the pre-meeting room has gone, I wish I wasn't here this evening. We thank you for your contribution tonight, but next time you're in the Champions League, you'll definitely be there, I promise you that. I am going to try and find a tweet that I retweeted from last week, which I'm going to try and do that as and when I am currently speaking. Oh yeah, I thought this tweet last week summed up Madrid, then we'll break. I see Madrid are up to the annual trick of making everyone think they're rubbish up until March and then winning European Cups, which are basically, I never see Madrid play well, but yeah, they always seem to win this competition.
I mean, they won the game in 10 minutes.
Yeah, I know. And again, just a quick reminder, for the epic boost in this game with William Hill, Erling Haaland to score anytime, impact sub applies inside 90 minutes, was 4-7, now evens. Up next, we'll turn our attention to all things Arsenal.
Max Dowman is. I see him playing. He goes, where was it? Was it Mansfield you played the other day in the FA Cup?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
He makes a run, right, from about 15, 20 yards outside their box. All right, he just glides edge of the box like a slalom. Yeah. The kid is a major talent. So is Ethan Wanyeri, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
At that point, he bought Wanyeri on something like 91 minutes at 3-1 up, I think, or 3-0 up.
Yeah.
It was just to give him his debut, nothing else. And that was the point I was making.
John Terry said that he was he hasn't seen a player dribble like that since Lionel Messi.
Well, I'd hold back that sort of credit yet. I think, come on, let the boy be the boy. Let the boy just find his way. Totally different build to Messi.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, you look at the size of him. He looks like, and he's still growing. He looks like he could be. I don't know how tall he is, but he looks like he's going to be 6 foot plus, just by his build, doesn't he? And he's got Messi was. Yeah, I would resist comparing any young player at his age to anyone at the minute. Just let him be Max Dowman.
Yeah,
he'll be Max Dowman.
Yeah,
he's a major talent. He's a major talent.
Fair play to him. They do produce some.
Yeah, they have.
Boys.
And Lewis Skelly coming through. And, I mean, the thing about Lewis Skelly, he might have to leave.
Yeah.
And Capia, if they sign him permanently in Capia, you got in him. They've got Calafiori. Where's Lewis Skelly going to go? His international career. He could have been going to the World Cup. He ain't going to the World Cup now.
You don't think he's going to get in the squad?
No, I do not.
Hello and welcome back to talkSPORT Goals. It is brought to you by Final One Standing, which is new from William Hill, 18 plus. The GambleAware.org. Terms and conditions apply. 3 English teams in action at 8 o'clock. Bodo Glimt were leading Sporting 3-0 from the first leg. Sporting have overturned a 3-goal deficit to progress from a knockout stage tie in major European competitions once previously, eliminating Man United all the way back in 1963-64. Well, it is now Sporting 3, Bodo Glimt 0, so 3-3 on aggregate, 79 minutes played in that game. Kim, I'm not sure the football works like this, but my logic then feels like, from a City point of view, I don't know if two teams can do a 3-0 overturn in the same night. I don't know. It could happen, but
this is the shock, isn't
I feel like,
Cheers, Bodo.
Statistically, it's just not possible, is it?
Cheers, Bodo Glimt. I'm more disappointed because I thought if we weren't going to win it, at least Bodo Glimt could win it, and then we'd have been heavily beaten by the champions. But
well, that would be the story of Bodo Glimt. They won each of their last 5 games in this competition, including when they beat you. I mean, I think they've been the real kind of story having there of the last couple of months, looking to become just the second Norwegian team to reach the quarterfinal stage of this competition. Rosenborg did it all the way back in 1996. And CJ, of course, if Arsenal get through the team, this will be the game that you guys face in the quarterfinals.
Listen, Sporting are a team with unique qualities. Anyone that's still in the Champions League at this point, much less beyond the next stage, you've got to take them seriously, innit? So what we need to do is focus on Leverkusen and the 1-1 deficit that we have, and hopefully then we can have conversation. Okay, well, not a deficit, but it's a Desmond, isn't it? If you want to be technical, but let's just focus on tonight.
2-2, isn't it?
Yeah, let's just focus on this draw today against Leverkusen and do what we need to do against whoever.
Sam, how ridiculous, by the way, their side of the draw. Absolutely absurd, isn't it? Just hand it to them.
Take that up with UEFA, man. What do you mean hand it to them? Every team
Real Madrid, PSG, Barcelona, who did they get? It's an embarrassment.
It's a nice...
that's what you get for finishing top of the thing, man. What do you want us to do?
We got PSG.
We're not the UEFA dons.
You finished what you got PSG.
That's you lot's business, because when listen, nobody's going to gaslight Arsenal fans. Do you know how many good teams we have got in Europe? It is what it is.
Also, I would just like to point out, just because they've got a good draw on paper, it doesn't actually. Yes, it should be easier for them.
We're focused on the Prem right now. Like, I don't know about this.
Just wait and see.
I like that.
No, I think Kim's no, I agree. You got to I think Kim's observation was it's a nice draw on paper.
Of course, it's a nice draw.
Not incorrect, is it?
It's not incorrect at all. It's not. But at the same time, that can also breed.
Complacency.
Thank you. That was the word I was looking for. Complacency.
With the fan base, not necessarily the football club.
I don't think this Arsenal team will show any complacency.
I think Sunday is so massive. Sunday is huge in terms of
what's happening on Sunday.
The cup final.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No,
the
go
cup
on.
Why do you think
final.
massive in what context?
Because of
Like, I think if City thumped them 3-0, Arsenal still win the Premier League.
no, I think the Premier League's done.
I don't know. It's,
Premier,
no, it's not done. It's not done until it's mathematically
Arsenal fans
confirmed.
won't say that it's done. They've got
How is it done?
They've got PTSD and whatever. That's
why
fine.
is it done?
But I think that it's massive because I think on the mentality side of things, which I've always said to you the entire season,
Fair.
Arsenal haven't technically got over the line yet. There has been a few false dawns, and this one is huge. We know that the Carabao Cup has always been used by Pep or Klopp as that springboard to go on. And now I still think that Arsenal will win the league, whether or not,
So Abby, are you
whatever.
underestimating what the League Cup final could do psychologically for either City?
That's
or
what I was
Arsenal
getting
in the
to.
Prem?
That's actually what
That's
I was
why
getting to.
it's not that thing.
I think that you'll win the league because I don't believe that City will be perfect from the rest of the season. I don't believe that you would drop enough points personally. But I do feel like psychologically it's a massive thing. Arsenal haven't got over the line yet in a competition. This whole conversation about the quadruple, treble, whatever,
You're speaking
great.
about
It's so much chatter for a team that hasn't got over the line yet. Now, I'm not saying they won't go on and do that, but I'm yet to see it improve. Proof is in the pudding. Get over the line against City on Sunday. Then we can start having these conversations. Are Arsenal really on for the quad? Are they going to get a treble?
Where is
at
this
the very
quad
least?
coming from? Like,
Let's not.
No,
lie.
I need
Let's
to
not
know because
pretend that
I haven't sat here and said quad. What's this
Okay,
quad thing
we
about?
literally were in the room before Marco saying we're going to need a bigger bus.
I don't know what Marco said. Marco definitely didn't say that. You're not going to throw my Arsenal fan under the bridge.
I actually think Marco wanted Arsenal not to win the quad because they would be...
I don't know about that, but why wouldn't a football fan want their team to win every competition?
Of course you do. No one is saying that.
We're just
Don't
going to put
twi-
the left foot in front of the right.
Let's
I
not
don't know
twist it.
about
That's
that.
not what I'm saying.
Oh, no.
That's not what I'm saying.
Oh, fair enough.
I'm saying we don't know whether or not you would or you wouldn't. We haven't seen you win anything for 5 years yet. So let's wait and see.
May
Sunday will
2025.
be telling to see if Arsenal do get over the line against Manchester City because in a one-off game, I still do back City
Back 'em, man.
to win.
Really? Oh,
Yeah, I do. I do in a one-off game.
Fair enough.
I don't think you're cooked, but I think I don't think there's a lot in it. But I think
Yeah.
if I had to back Arsenal and Man City right now and win
Okay.
one off game, you've got to go with Arsenal, right? Just based on current form.
Nah, don't
based on-
downplay City. Don't downplay
I'm not downplaying
City. and Pep
City.
Guardiola.
But TJ, from that psychological element, if Arsenal do lose Sunday, do you think that could have an impact on this Arsenal team?
No, you got to get up and get on with it, really and truly. Like you lot last year, you lost the League Cup final, you won the Premier League. Like,
And we got
it
knocked
is
out of the Champions League 4 days before that.
That as well. Like it is what it is. Of course, if we go and win, it might think, yeah, we can go. It might make the fans think, yeah, we can go on and do this thing. But I'm not being funny. Whether we've won, lost, or drawn against City, since we've become a bit serious again, we've shown we can cope against City in a one-off game. Whether they win or not, like we've shown it's not going to quite be Kevin De Bruyne that used to score 3-4 goals. We will be able to cope. I don't think players are going to crumble and things. That being said, you cannot underestimate Manchester City because whatever people say about City, about where they're at this moment, about questions about Pep Guardiola, technically there's only 2 Premier League clubs that on paper can still win everything. So it's us against them really and truly. And there used to be a time City used to slap us. Pep Guardiola used to say, they're good lad. Now it's been competitive. Like, again, if we go back to August, I have never seen, to be honest, since Pep Guardiola walked in at that football club, City were a goal up at halftime at the Emirates and they just sat everyone back. That tells me Pep Guardiola, when you remove all the nonsense, he rates us. It's not to say...
He did that against Leeds, though.
Yeah, that's good for him. I can only talk about Arsenal Football Club and what he did. So my point being, they bleed just like us. Whoever wins, wins. Like, is what it is.
The only way that Sunday has any bearing on the rest of
And
the
you know
season,
about Arteta's record at
in terms
Wembley,
of the only way it has any bearing on the rest of the season is if we go and absolutely smash them. If we win like 2-1,
No, there's no smashing.
it's going to make
Either side's
absolutely
doing
no
smashing.
difference. It's going to make no difference. If we win 2-1, it's not going to make a difference. If we win on penalty, it's not going to make a difference.
But even if you win 4 or
we-
5-0,
I think if we win
Either
4
side.
or 5-0, I think
Not
it will,
happening.
you don't think it'll make any psychological difference to the
That
rest of
is
the league
not
title?
happening.
But also, but what also that does mean, Kim, as we spoke, even if you forget about Arsenal for a second, it's also going to mean that City is still going to have to win. What? Are you going to have to win your 8 remaining games, do you think, in the Premier League to win?
We've got 10.
And all the other comps.
You've got.
It's 30 games. Yeah, we've got 8 games. Yeah, we'll have to win every.
Or you
single
might have
game.
9 because your game in hand, haven't you?
No, I think you're all right.
Okay.
I think they've got 7. We've got 8. We'll have to win every single one, and even then, we still need Arsenal to lose one.
Yeah.
I
Which you
think
will.
I think it's very, very, very unlikely. As I said, there was a period of time, maybe a month ago, a couple of months ago, where we seemed to be getting by the skin of our teeth. There was a period before that where we'd won 10 and drawn 3 in 13 in all competitions, and I thought, yeah, okay, this definitely could be on.
against
We've
Spurs
left
as
it
well.
too little, too late.
Crazy.
CJ, in terms of Arsenal this evening, the Arsenal team is Raya in goal, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Hincapié. There's no Timber, so White comes in at right back. Supermendy, Rice, Eza, Saka, Gyökeres, Trossard. What do you make of that 11?
Go and get the job done, man. I did actually think Mikel Arteta would have started Kai Havertz, a bit like mimicking what happened against Everton. Gyökeres comes off the bench, bags a few goals. I did think Kai would have played because he actually looked okay. I know a lot of Arsenal fans won't agree with me, but he actually looked okay off the bench against them. Timber not being there scares me. I hope it's a thing where he's just short of today. He can obviously play on Sunday, but Benjamin White's had his own injury issues. Benjamin White's a good right back. I actually said on my channel that if it came to it and there's no Timber, I'd rather go with Mascara. But
really?
Yeah, man, because I think Mascara's in a good moment. He's a lot fitter. I think him playing at right back would be the avenue for him to get games, but it's the Champions League. It's 1-1. It's all to play for. If you want to be through to the next round, go out there, score the goals, win the game, and we're playing at home. So get the fans behind you, just win the game, and let's get through to the next round and consider ourselves a Sunday.
How's Eze been recently? Because I respect my time, so I don't watch Arsenal, but has he been good recently?
Dead.
No, I'm asking serious question.
Dead.
He's been dead.
No, I'm saying like that dead joke. But anyways,
Abby laughs.
Dead. Abby laughs at anything. Who cares? I can laugh at her club for an hour. What's
I don't laugh at anything.
I was laughing when we slapped them, but I'm not even here for that.
Sure, she hasn't been laughing recently.
I don't laugh at a lot.
I've seen crying and leaving.
Less
of that.
I like that. Okay, have another one.
Thanks.
Stop reading. But anyways, let's go on with what we need to go on with. Like,
so sorry, Kim.
There's no nibs. It's me against the world. Like, there's no nibs. Why would I nibble? You know what my team.
I don't know. Why are you nibbling?
Agenda's crazy.
Easy,
Like, yeah, anything she says, yeah, it's agendering. I'm an Arsenal fan. Oh, I'm nibbling.
You came for me. I just laughed. It was Kim that said it.
All right, say no more. We'll let the show play out. All right, go on.
You know, I'm guessing
Any questions
by that comment, you're not a fan of Arsenal style of play, Kim.
Who cares if he's a fan of my club? Does he support us? Have you heard the accent? Who cares what he thinks about my team? Am I mad?
True.
Let's keep it moving. We're not doing that. Maybe with them other Arsenal fans that you get on the Goal Show. With that,
James Bayliss.
That's not happening. No, big up James. No, don't try and throw James under a bus.
No, we like James.
He's a James. No, James is my guy.
We love James.
There's mind games going on in here.
Can I
But
ask you one more question about tonight? Were you surprised last week at how difficult Leverkusen made it feel? Did you always think this was going to be harder than maybe what it perhaps looked on paper?
yeah, I mean, you've got no God-given right to turn up in the Champions League and think, yeah, we can win. I know many of us fans will like say, oh, look at the draw Arsenal had, Leverkusen, and if they beat them, whatever. But it's Leverkusen. Any team that's here at this moment in time has to be taken seriously. Now, for us, obviously, the penalty got given. We got a bit of life in that regards, but we didn't play well anyways. And to be honest, I think Leverkusen should have scored a couple of more goals against us. So we know what we need to do at the Emirates. We know what's at stake today.
Well, if you think Arsenal were leading at half-time, that is the William Hill epic boost in this game. It was 8-13. We love William Hill. It's now evens. Arsenal to lead at half-time. And again, just a reminder of the Man City Madrid game. Erling Haaland to score any time is also evens on the epic boost. Chelsea to score in the first half against PSG is also evens. It is 18 plus. Gambleware.org. Terms and conditions apply. It is still Sporting 3, Bodo 0. So that's 3-3 on aggregate after Bodo led 3-0 from the first leg. So as things stand, unless there's a goal in the next couple of minutes, that game will be going to added time. And also, we love for the Championship, don't we, on the show, Abby?
We do. We love the Championship.
I should remind people there's a big game tonight on the Championship. It's Watford versus Wrexham. The Hornets 10th, 8 points adrift of 6th place Wrexham after a run of 1 win in 4. Wrexham bounced back from a home defeat to Hull with a win over Swansea on Friday night. So Wrexham in 6th on 60. If they win, they go to 63 and they go 6 clear of 7th place at Hampton. So perhaps quite a pivotal night tonight in the Championship. Bodo Glimt were winning 3-0 against Sporting in aggregate. It's now 3-3. And again, reminder, Arsenal by Leverkusen 1-1. Chelsea PSG 5-2 to PSG. City trailing Real Madrid 3-0 on aggregate. This is talkSPORT Goals.
few years back, when Jurgen Klopp was in charge, we tried signing Moises Caicedo, a defensive midfielder, because since Fabinho and Henderson have left, we've not signed one.
Yeah.
He turned us down. We tried signing that Southampton young
Lavia as well.
Chelsea. Lavia, yeah.
The same window,
He
I
turned
think.
us down.
Yeah.
A year later, we went for Zubamendi. He turned us down. We've not replaced that kind of player. Slot came in and played Gravenberch in that position. He did well. We won the league because of the other teams falling off as well. But we've not signed that player yet. We've let go of centre-halves, Matip and company, and we've got only two...
Company?
Choice. No, Matip and company, you know...
Oh, Matip and Co, other players.
Yeah,
Right.
Matip and Co, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, let go of players like that, and then we've not signed any centre-halves. We're probably the only Premier League club who's got two senior centre-halves on their books.
Do you know what, Sam, as well? Another one, Mark Gahey. I don't know why you didn't get him.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. For £5 million, we spent outrageous money on attacking players, but we've not signed a defensive player just for £5 million. How ridiculous is that?
Yeah.
But that doesn't explain why you're not scoring goals.
Exactly. Yeah, but there comes Slot's position. Arne Slot.
Hold on.
Let's get a cash point.
Hold on. Sorry, are you working behind the tills at like Tesco's or something?
Yes, I am.
Why are you talking to us?
Because I'm listening to you as well.
That's unbelievable.
Hello, a very good evening and welcome back to TalkSport Goals. We are live on TalkSport's YouTube channel and also as well on your smart TVs. This show is brought to you by Final One Standing, new from William Hill, 18 plus. Gambleware.org, terms and conditions apply. It's Sam Ellard, Abby Summers, Kim Katari and CJ the Ludagoon are taking you through what hopefully should be a pretty entertaining evening of football in the Champions League. Already possibly got one big upset on the cards. Bodo Glimt were leading Sporting 3-0 in the first leg. It's now Sporting 3, Bodo Glimt 0. We're 90 seconds away from this game going to extra time. Bodo Glimt looking to become just the second Norwegian team to reach the quarter-final stage of this competition. Elsewhere, the English sides have got work to do. Arsenal not so much as the others. Arsenal won by Leverkusen won from the first leg when avoiding defeat away from home in the first leg. Arsenal have progressed from 17 of their 20 two-legged knockout stage ties in major European competitions. The latest of those eliminations did come under Mikel Arteta, however, losing on penalties against Sporting in the Europa League back in 22-23, and Bayer Leverkusen have lost 8 of their 11 away games against English sides. Arsenal, Bayer Leverkusen 1-1 from the first leg. Chelsea, PSG, my goodness me, it did not feel like a 5-2 did it last week, but that's what Chelsea have got to try and overcome tonight. Only one team in Champions League history has gone on to eliminate the holders in the knockout stages after losing the first leg by as many as 3 goals. That was Deportivo La Coruña versus Milan in 03-04, losing 4-1 away and then winning 4-0 at home. And Man City versus Real Madrid. This is a stat, Kim. Not that it'll probably surprise you, to be fair, but Real Madrid have won the first leg of a 2-leg knockout stage tie by 3 or more goals on 36 occasions in major European competitions, and no side has ever eliminated them in the second leg. But that probably isn't too much of a surprise, is it? I mean, I guess, is that a stat that's there to be? I mean, I want you to be a little bit more optimistic and excited. I mean, I know it's a tough one, but come on, Kim. This could be a famous night in Man City's history.
I think we'll win the game.
Sure.
And I think we'll run them very, very, very close. I am imagining something annoying like a 4-2
that would
with like a dodgy penalty. I would imagine that we'll go out and we'll score a couple goals in the first half. Yeah. I would like to think so. I'm confident that we'll put it on them. I'm just not confident that we've got enough stability to see it through, because I think we'll concede goals.
Yeah.
And I don't think we're going to score 5.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
No.
So I think we'll score goals, but I think we will concede, and I just don't think it'll be enough. And you know what it's like when you play Madrid as well. There's some hoodoo. They'll get some mental penalty decision out of nowhere.
Is that still a thing, do you think?
Like Arsenal got last week. They'll get one of those weird...
Well, Real Madrid got one against us. We still dumped them out, man. But anyways, let's not make this about Arsenal. Listen,
No, because it was the most recent...
I don't know why you keep throwing shots at my football club, man. You're a big bad Man City. Why are you throwing shots, man?
It was just in my mind.
What's going on? I don't know why we living rent-free in your mind. You got to focus on Real Madrid, man. Focus, man.
Are they living rent-free in your mind?
Clearly, because why did we get drawn out? Clearly, evidently.
I don't know about rent-free.
Oh, 100% we are. Why'd you mention us?
They're on the screen.
Why'd you mention us?
Probably
Nah, don't try to put it down.
Probably because that wasn't a pen last week.
We're not doing that. Listen, argue with PG, MOL or VAR. I've sat here and talked about referee inconsistencies. You both told me get on with it. Let's get on with it.
Yeah, he's got a point. He's got a point with that.
Keep it moving.
He's got a point with that.
Keep it moving.
In terms of Chelsea this evening, that's the other Rangers team we haven't spoke about so far tonight. The Chelsea back four. Well, the fact the back five, we include the goalkeeper, Sanchez in goal, Hato, Sarr, Chalobah and Cucurella. I mean, that just doesn't sound or look like a back four,
Hato's playing right back.
Yeah, I think Hato's going right back. Yeah,
that's got to be Caicedo managing some sort of space and Hato going forward in possession.
But I mean, that is
Cucurella's good though, isn't he?
Cucurella is good. Okay, I'll give you that one. But I mean, I think Hato, Sarr, Chalobah all very up and down. CJ, it's early days. What have you made of Liam Rossini's start to life as Chelsea manager?
Do you know what it is? I like him in terms of how he conducts himself and what he's done at Chelsea prior. In my opinion, the Chelsea job, he sings from the same hymn sheet of what the owners do. I do think he's personally out of his depth, but I do think you kind of need Chelsea, whoever's going to be the manager, they need a transfer market. You mentioned Hato and whatnot, and I actually think Hato's decent. That defence, Kim mentioned it earlier. I actually think Chelsea could be very, very serious and challenge for titles. But as an Arsenal fan, until they fix that defence and I look at their back five and think, wow, their ex-keeper is top 5 in his position. This centre-back is whatever. I won't take them seriously. They're a bad team. They're a bad defensive bunch, and their whole team's got bad defensive habits. It feels like watching football. It feels like when you play Football Manager, this Chelsea side. I can't lie. It's just a bunch of players.
I'd be so frustrated if I was a Chelsea fan because I don't really understand where the ownership wants to take them. Because in my mind, when you look at that team, and I was telling you before, wasn't I, that I was watching the Villa game, and you know sometimes when you're in the stands and you've got like a good view, you can see the whole game. They were genuinely unbelievable. But they were quite susceptible at the back, which is basically exactly how they played against PSG, and they ended up losing 5-2 because PSG have got amazing players. If I was a Chelsea fan, I'd be so frustrated because they are genuinely, in my opinion, 2 or 3 players, one little
from doing something very serious
away from being a genuine title contender.
You reckon they're that close?
I think they are. I think they play really good football. I think Rossini's come in and done a really good job.
It's just defensively they're shambolic, and then if you're poor defensively, you can't really talk about winning major honours. The minute Chelsea fix that up, whatever manager that is, we're having very different conversations, in my opinion.
I think they're more than 2 or 3 players away, personally. I think on their day, I think they're like that performance against Villa, yes, and you can see.
But also, there's been draws at Burnley and Leeds.
Yeah, I think.
But that comes with players of a different calibre.
True, but I think that they're more than 2 or 3 players away from that.
No, we're talking purely defensively.
Defensively, they're miles off it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 2-3 players defensively to that back 5.
Yeah, but I don't think I think they're 2 or 3 players elsewhere as well. I don't.
No, I hear that. I'm with that, but like
5 or 6, to be honest. I think that when we talk about Chelsea and the way in which they want to do business, everything is essentially about flipping players. That's what it is. Like the way you flip houses, it's about investing in the player and trying to get as much profit. It's a totally different way that this club is run to what it used to be, and I think that's where people need to lower the expectation of Chelsea because it's not the Roman Chelsea.
Do you know what, Abby? I've never actually, I don't think on the show before, told people to go back and watch something from a previous show we've done, but we had Kwesi Rafari and Louis Beneventi in those 2 seats last week, and after the game, it was one of the most passionate.
Amazing.
Have you seen it?
Amazing, yeah.
One of the most, and they were just passionate, but they were also just bang on the money and everything they've said. So they summed up kind of what you were saying, Kim, about kind of the ownership and the lack of ambition that they're showing, and how far they've come away from
champions of the world.
And it's fine to have a lack of ambition if you're far away from something. If you're a team like maybe let's say Borussia Dortmund, for example, who actually, to be fair, is a bad example because they've got to Champions League finals, but their whole model is making players and selling players. That's their whole model. That's never been Chelsea's model. It now kind of is, and they're so close to being good. It must be unbelievably frustrating to watch.
So do you think Liam Rossini is because of the way the football club is run, and because he kind of comes from the ownership structure of that football club, coming from Strasbourg, do you think basically almost whatever happens this season, he is going to be there next season to take this team forward?
I think he should be anyway. I think he's a good manager. I think we like in this.
Why do you think he's a good manager?
We like in this country to say like people don't deserve a certain thing or don't deserve that, but in every single success story in any industry in the world involves a little bit of luck. That's what it does. And yeah, has he got a little bit lucky that he took the Strasbourg job and then this happened at Chelsea? Yeah, probably. But he plays good football. You can't tell me that they're playing better football now than they were under Enzo Maresca, because they just are.
Do you not think it's pretty? I don't
know about that. I don't know.
I think it's pretty on par. Like, I don't think if you ask too many Chelsea fans, they'd say that they've been impressed with Rossini. I don't
think Chelsea fans like Rossini because of what he stands for, because he stands for Clear Lake and he stands for the ownership, and they're against that.
He was on a high into nothing, wasn't he? For a ball was kicked.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, he hit the lottery. Like, it was a job that really and truly. Listen, I'm not going to tell an ex-man that you didn't deserve that job, but like Chelsea, that's the biggest thing. I guess
based on his resume, clearly.
And what you do with young players, as you lot are saying, they like to buy and flip. It makes sense. He's clearly a good manager in terms of tactically, but yeah, he can count himself lucky. Like, I think he should be given more time personally, but I can understand just watching Chelsea and mainly defensively and the circus that's been. I can understand if they want to clip him. I can understand if fans said, yeah, you need to get clipped. Forget it.
I like that one.
You're not necessarily better than Maresca.
I also think that it's just not a typical Chelsea manager. It's not like when they think about managers that they've had. This is where it comes into it. It's just not the Chelsea that they.
He's talking about respecting the ball and all those things. It's crazy.
Yeah, I think.
Will they do it tonight? Apparently, they're not doing that tonight, by the way.
Are they not doing that tonight?
Well, I've read today that they're not going to do that.
I can't understand still why the ref was in the middle of that. Like,
just
the ball and be like, I'll come back. But like, I mean, Chelsea have given us enough. Oh, right.
Okay, do you know what? I literally, before the show this evening...
We're in extra time?
We're in extra time, yeah.
When did that happen?
I think you guys are arguing about something.
Oh.
Genuinely, this would go into the kind of conversation of some of the best Champions League comebacks. I mean, obviously, like, the three obvious ones, I think, Liverpool, Barcelona 2019, the Nou Camp 2017 with PSG and Barcelona, and then the Rome Barcelona one in 2018. They were 4 and the other 2 3-goal deficits. This would be absolutely remarkable. Sporting are leading Bodo Glimt by 4-0. And I guess, CJ, the Bodo Glimt fairy tale could possibly be coming down in the most brutal fashion this evening.
It looks like it. Like, the camera just panned around to their fans, to their coaching staff. It doesn't feel like they quite believe they can get another goal. We got to remember it's 4-3. They can get a goal and kind of flip this on its head. But it's fantastic from Sporting Lisbon. Like, it firmly up there with one of the better comebacks in Europe. Like, it's crazy what Sporting are doing at this moment in time.
Sporting can do it, Kim. Man City can do it.
Yeah, I mean, a completely different style of opposition, aren't they? And I think what's made Bodo go so far in the Champions League and made them so good in Europe is their home form. And it's people coming to the...
Winning 3-0 wasn't enough, was it?
coming to the Arctic Circle and playing on AstroTurf is very different than going to Portugal, isn't it?
Do you think they left thinking 3-0 is not enough? We needed more than 3 goals. I think that 3-0 is a dodgy lead to take to Sporting, isn't it?
I think in the back of their mind they were probably shaking their head that they didn't get a couple more.
Should have been 4s and 5s. There is Jude Bellingham at the Etihad Stadium. He did train yesterday, I think, but he's looking... we call him that, sort of a tight polo neck kind of...
Looks sharp.
Yeah, no, he does. Like
Real Madrid swag.
Good to see someone got a trim for this evening, isn't it? I mean, you know.
What is that on your head?
Very good.
Kim?
Should we pan the camera to someone else?
Yeah, okay, let's pan the camera to me, shall we? CJ, in terms of this PSG team, are they going to be really hard to stop offensively in this season's competition, but possibly, like Chelsea did enjoy success last week, you can get at them because I think they're a better team offensively than defensively?
You can get at PSG, but PSG, apologies, is a team that you have to kill. You have to take your chances. If not, they will kill you. And you've seen what we've seen for this season, we've seen last season, what Luis Enrique and these individuals do. You know, one thing that I like about PSG is their midfield. On paper, it's probably João Neves that's going to probably be the deepest of midfields. Sometimes he's beyond the kind of striker. What Luis Enrique and PSG do is actually a joy to watch across Europe, if I'm honest. So, yeah, they can be got at defensively, but you have to take your chances. If not, you're out, as we saw.
Yeah, and Chelsea will have to take their chances this evening. And Chelsea and Man City looking to overturn a 3-goal deficit. Sporting have done just that this evening. 4-0 up at home to Bodo Glimt. We are 12 minutes away, guys, from 3 massive games in the Champions League.
When do we hear about City and 115? Is there any correlation here?
Well, the overlap, I think, is only to the extent as to the treatment of this sort of conduct has not been treated as severely as PSR. So in a theoretical scenario where City are found to have breached some of the rules, but ultimately, like Chelsea, that wouldn't have impacted on its PSR position, this agreement suggests that, save for the fact that there was cooperation here and early admission, save for that fact, that maybe it's not even a points deduction for something as extreme as that. Maybe. So I think this is generally positive for City in terms of its leniency, but I wouldn't read too much into it because, of course, this is a sanction agreement. As to when it's coming, I mean, clearly we are now way over the expectations of all the parties. The last information I had is they have no idea when it's coming. I think we are back in the realms when international breaks are more likely than other times, but who knows?
And one international break's about to come up.
But for City, you must be in the same space.
Yeah.
If you are, because part of the allegation against City is fraud. So if indeed you are found to be guilty, because at this moment in time City aren't found guilty of anything, if you're found to be guilty, how do you then take up the table of sanctions and say, well, actually, it's a points or removal of credit and whatever else you had in the past because you've just allowed Chelsea to admit.
I think what they would say is, in the City case, you will struggle to get any of those lines of mitigation.
No, fine.
That are there in the Chelsea
but
case.
does mitigation
So it'll all be
But
aggravation.
does mitigation remove points then?
Good evening. It is talkSPORT Goals brought to you by Final One Standing. It is new from William Hill 18+. The Gambler Weather Dog. Terms and conditions apply. Sam Ellard, King Qatari, Abby Summers and CJ the Deluded Gooner. He said on entrance into the building this evening, by the way, my name's CJ the Deluded Gooner. They said, sorry, pal, not on the list.
I said, CJ, they're telling me something else. Producers, gaffers, fix that up, please. I should even have my own card thing. I don't know what's going on.
I think CJ.
I don't know what's going on, gaffer.
I think CJ is here enough, mate. By the way, you normally have to work at this place for 5 years.
He's buying it,
don't you?
They had no idea who I was this morning.
He's buying
this afternoon. No.
Did you not say I hosted the World Pool Snooker Championship last week?
Disrespectful.
Did you?
That's disrespectful. I did.
Yeah.
Thank you. Shout out to WNTV.
Whoa! Unbelievable.
It's a pool tournament.
You really are not coming back next week, by
It's
the
a
way.
pool tournament.
No. Who won?
Moritz Neuhausen from Germany. 23-year-old.
Tough place to go and get results.
Tough place to go.
Bosnia away.
Yeah, Bosnia away.
Bosnia away on a Tuesday night, isn't it?
On a cold Tuesday, the pool stick can get a little bit chilly, a little bit of an intense atmosphere.
Yeah, it was good. It was good fun, honestly.
Yeah, we've actually had a couple of texts from people from...
Go on, finish it.
People from Vietnam saying, no way, that's Kim Qatari on talkSPORT Goals. It's because 80% of people watched the pool tournament came from Vietnam, didn't they? Right?
Yeah, it was something like 80%.
So Kim can't go to Vietnam without security these days.
That's incredibly random.
Without an entourage, you need a henchman to get you.
Mate, I'll never pay for a pint in Vietnam ever again.
No, you won't. Oh, anyway, that was quite good content, that was. Sporting 4, Bodo Glimt 0. Who'd have thought that? Bodo Glimt were leading 3-0 from the first leg. It was 3-0 after full time. It's now gone into extra time, and Sporting have made it 4 as Bodo Glimt come forward, but they don't manage to score. We are 6 minutes away from 3 big games tonight in the Champions League.
Can I just quickly say, just before I get started?
Yeah, no worries, mate.
talkSPORT actually did have a stream of the pool tournament that was on. Andy Goldstein had it on.
Really pushing this
just letting you know.
pool.
Oh, what? During his show?
During his show. No, I mean, it was streamed on talkSPORT YouTube as well.
Oh, goodness. Then I'm I did not... by the way, also, don't you... I wasn't poking fun, mate.
Just letting you know.
We're having a little bit of banter, weren't we?
I'm just letting you know.
A little bit, you know...
No, I'm just letting you know.
No, we love Paul here. We love Paul here.
Is that the same as the one where you wear the bow tie?
What?
What's that other one?
There's a percentage chance she might be talking about snooker here.
Snooker, thank you.
Do you know the difference between pool and snooker?
Yeah, I wouldn't. I can't let.
I know what the difference between pool and snooker is.
No clue.
Yeah, because you spent enough time with me, that's why.
They're the same table, no?
Bigger table, isn't it?
It's not the same table.
We'll
I'm sorry, why would I know that?
Yeah, trust.
Are you a sports journalist?
Stretch.
Yeah. What are you? What, if someone who never met you said, "What do you do for a living?" What would you say?
Vibes.
Vibes. You brought no vibes over the last 18 months. Especially
Oh, excuse me. I've carried this show. How dare you?
Yeah, right. Honestly.
How dare you?
Honestly. Arsenal by Leverkusen's 1-1. Chelsea PSG is at 5-2. Man City Real Madrid is at 3-0. Why don't we take one more very quick break, then shall we, on talkSPORT Gold? And then when we come back, Abby Summers, are we in? Could we possibly be witnessing? Look at that. Oh, God. I can't believe you're not there, Kim. Look, they've got to be a light show at the Etihad. A little bit of fire. I mean, imagine giving up your ticket and being on, you know.
That's big.
That is
just what they do every game, every night game.
By the way, you can't hear me, so I can say it. That's some gig, isn't it, for Karen Carney? Do you not think? No? Being at the Emirates for TV? No? Do you not think?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Just quite a nice gig, isn't it? For
it's a lovely gig.
Alongside Martin Keown, right?
It's a lovely gig.
It's not a bad gig.
Yeah.
Not a bad gig at all.
There we go. Not just being on talkSPORT Goals. We're taking one more quick break. Then here we go. Goodness me. Chelsea, Man City, 3 goals to turn around. Can they do it? We're finding out in a couple of minutes' time.
Manchester United legend Nicky Butt has recently come out saying the club must give Bruno Fernandes anything he wants, is the quote, in order to keep him there amid continued links to Saudi Arabia. Fernandes, for me, Gabby, has been absolutely tremendous. He's now just 4 assists off the Premier League record and continues to prove just how important he is to that Manchester United side. He has, mate, you can say what you like, and myself and a few others, I wasn't necessarily happy with him with some of the throwing the hands up and all that stuff. You know, it's probably maybe a more European thing or a foreign thing that they do. And there was things like that you know would probably annoy me a little bit if I was a teammate of his. However, by far and away the most important thing is his ability on the pitch and how he's handled it. And I think he's been, if not the one constant in Manchester United,
100%.
He's been tremendous, mate, hasn't he?
And I'm scared to think where Manchester United would have been over the last 5 years, and especially this season, without Bruno Fernandes. 27 Premier League appearances, Ali, 7 goals, 16 assists.
Wow.
No matter how bad they've been, he's turned up. But I said this in a previous show, Ali, a few months ago. He's 32 in September.
Yep.
He's won 1 FA Cup, 1 League Cup for Manchester United.
Yep.
Could he leave Manchester United one day and look back and say, did I waste my best years at Manchester United? Not because you look at someone like De Bruyne, won it all at Manchester City. Bruno Fernandes, he's that good, deserved to leave the Premier League, winning the Premier League, and also Champions League. For me, he's that good, Ali.
Hello and welcome back to talkSPORT Goals. It's brought to you by Final One Standing, new from William Hill, 18+, the gambler wear the dog. Terms and conditions apply. It's Sam Ellard, CJ the Ludaguna, Abby Summers and Kim Katari. One more very quick reminder then of the epic boost with William Hill this evening, 18+, the gambler wear the dog. Erling Haaland to score any time. Impact sub applies in Man City, Real Madrid. Was 4-7, now evens. Arsenal by Leverkusen, Arsenal to lead at half-time, was 8-13, now evens. And Chelsea PSG about to get underway. Chelsea to score in the first half is evens. It was 8-13. Sporting 4, Bodo Glimt 0. They are winning 4-3 on aggregate, having trailed 3-0 from the first leg. Arsenal by Leverkusen 1-1 from the first leg, about to get underway. Arsenal have won 13 of their 16 home games under Mikel Arteta in the Champions League. Their only defeat coming against last season's semi-finals, and against the eventual winners, Paris Saint-Germain. By Leverkusen looking to reach the quarterfinals of the Champions League for just the third time. Their first since the 01-02 edition, when they finished as runners-up overall, losing to Real Madrid in the final. Chelsea PSG are 5-2 up from the first leg. Chelsea are winless in their last 5 Champions League games against Paris Saint-Germain, their joint longest winning run against an opponent in the competition. Also 5 against Bayern Munich and Man City, Real Madrid. Man City trailing 3-0. Man City boss Pep Guardiola could fail to reach the quarterfinals of the Champions League for a second successive season. Guardiola was only eliminated prior to the quarterfinals in one of his first 15 editions as manager in this competition, which is quite remarkable, ridiculous, isn't it? Also in the Championship, Watford 0, Wrexham 0. We are just then about to get underway. 3 Champions League games this evening. Arsenal by Leverkusen, Chelsea PSG, Man City Real Madrid, and Kim, I'm possibly going to state the most obvious thing to say ever in the history of football commentary, but the first goal's important here, isn't it?
Yeah, very important.
Nothing gets past me.
If we can get one in the first sort of 5 or 10 minutes and really, really put it amongst them, because I know people can say what they want to say about the Etihad, but on Champions League nights, the atmosphere is great. Real Madrid
What do they say about the Etihad?
Real Madrid players themselves have said it many times. Toni Kroos said it's the hardest environment he's walked into in that 4-0 game. So if we can score one early, properly put it about them, then anything's possible. But you are right. I mean, if Madrid score the first goal, then there's just no point in us even.
You must go, mate.
Yeah. There's no point in me being here.
Honestly, yeah.
Oh dear.
Kim, in terms of the Man City team, bring us up to speed. Are you a fan of it? Some ball, by the way. Madrid are in. Oh my goodness me! That was an unbelievable ball forward from the left flank. And it was Valverde who scored a hat-trick in the first leg. And he went for one goal, Kim, and Donnarumma was off his line. I think he tried to lift it over the goalkeeper, but given how well he took his 3 goals last week, I'm quite surprised he didn't find the back of the net.
I'm surprised we're not 1-0 down already, to be honest. And that's obviously going to be their game plan, isn't it? We're going to have to try and attack quite ferociously, and they're just going to hope that they've got the talent to put a couple of really good balls in through behind. And that's why we're playing Kusanov. So when you talk to me about the team, I'm quite happy with the team. I like the fact that Doku's coming up against Trent again, because he always gets the better of him. I'm really happy that Cherky's playing, and I'm happy we've got a bit more solidity in midfield, playing Rodri, Bernardo and Tijani Reinders, rather than last week where we went for 4 wingers, which clearly didn't work out.
What have you made of Reinders' kind of first he came in the summer, didn't he? Not last January, was it? It was last January.
No, he came in the summer. Yeah. I think it's fair to say that I think most of us City fans thought he would be better than he's been so far. But I think there's very, very clear signs that he is going to be really good. I think physically he's just struggling a bit, but that's what happens when you come from Serie A.
Chance for edge of the box! Oh my goodness me, was that...
Oh, who hit that?
Was that Bernardo Silva?
He's cracked the balls.
Who got it in on his right foot, and from outside the box, it's shot, it hits the post. And again, another thing that you need in these games is a little bit of luck, right?
Yeah, you need that to go in first 5 minutes, and then it turns the game on its head.
That doesn't go into
very
the back
unlucky.
of the net, but it's a really positive start, Kim.
That is, I mean, I can't believe that was Bernardo Silva on his right foot as well. What a great shot. And you're right, you need those little bits of luck, don't you? Especially in the Champions League. You need a decision to go your way. You need your goalkeeper to have an unbelievable performance, which Donnarumma didn't last week. And you need that kind of thing to edge on the other side of the post. That's really unlucky, that.
CJ, how have Arsenal started against Bayer Leverkusen?
I mean, it's only 2 minutes in. You can't read too much in the game, but Leverkusen have had a lot of the ball. To be honest, every one of our players has been in their own half. So, yeah, man, it's all been Leverkusen, but there's nothing of note to really speak about. Today's a chess match, and we just need to go through.
And I guess Gyökeres leads the line over Havertz. Is that the right call, do you think?
I mean, Gyökeres is scoring goals. Kai Havertz is our guy. It's kind of a toss-up. If I'm honest, though, I did think it would have been better for Kai Havertz to start today and Gyökeres to kind of come on against tired legs. But the opposite could happen, if I'm honest, man. As there's space, Kai Havertz is game is based on movement, I do think he can score a tap-in. To be honest, considering what we've been doing this season, the team kind of picks itself. Mikel Arteta and the players go out there and go through to the next round.
Go on.
Oh my God! Another chance for City. Was that Rodri who made quite a good run from deep? Reinders played into him, and from a tightish angle, he gets the shot away. And I mean, he's got to be pretty special, hasn't it, to get past Thibaut Courtois, and he ends up pushing that away for a Man City corner. 3 gone, Man City 0, Madrid 0. They've had 3 decent efforts on goal already, Man City, and again, you feel as if they've got to make this dominance count. The corner comes in, and it's going to come all the way out to Ryan Aït-Nouri, who's going to recycle the ball back to Nico O'Reilly, and it remains Man City 0, Madrid 0. But I guess, Kim, in terms of the pressure, the application, it's the perfect start for City.
Well, the thing is, it's a really positive start, but it's exactly the start that we had last week, and we ended up losing 3-0. Yeah. And I think...
True.
It's done him.
Go on, Doc. I don't think anyone really expected Madrid to come here and pass around and keep control of the game and dominate possession. I don't think anyone expected that. So Real Madrid's main threat is on the counter-attack. So it doesn't really matter how much we attack. We haven't really eliminated the threat.
And this is the thing, even just that one Valverde kind of half chance, that was already a moment of kind of, one good ball through, and they're in, aren't they?
That was one good ball. I think it was Kusanov who tried to deflect it. It wasn't the best deflection of all time. And then Valverde had a really, really good chance. So, look, you can be positive. It's been a really good start. I mean, City were always going to start like this, weren't we? We weren't just going to be slow on the ball. We were always going to come and try and go full throttle, and that's what we've done. We've had some good chances. It's going to take a lot to beat Courtois, though, isn't it? He's an unbelievable
he's a
goalie.
freak of. I mean, I'm still scarred by that Champions League final win. Chance! Oh, it's another massive chance.
How?
City.
Good God, we're playing.
You've got to take those efforts.
And the ball comes across the face of goal, and there's a shot from close range, and it's blocked. Not too far out from goal, and
are these the kind of chances you look back on at the end of the game?
1,000,000%.
I mean, you've had four.
Within the opening 5.
Yeah, I mean, they're not. I mean, I wouldn't say they're gilt-edged chances, but they're good opportunities.
Half chances you back City to back.
No, they're absolutely bang on at City tonight, which is what you want. You expected City to come out the blocks firing tonight.
Yeah, they had no choice, really, did they?
No, you had absolutely no choice at all. Yeah, it's just making sure that these don't come back to haunt you, really. But you just don't want to let it get to a point where Madrid start to find their footing in this before you've at least got one goal back. Go on.
And again, another ball gets stood up to the back post there.
You could turn this over. I think you could turn this over.
Well, I know. A City goal here would just make it so tantalising, wouldn't it?
They just can't concede another one.
Yes! Hate along. Kvaratskhelia. Kvaratskhelia has just scored for PSG, and I think that possibly could be the final nail in the coffin for Chelsea. And we spoke about some of their weak defending. It's poor defending once again that allows Kvaratskhelia to go through on goal, CJ, and he takes it with aplomb.
Lovely, man, for all us doing a hate along. I mean, it's a great finish from Kvaratskhelia, someone that's being linked with every top team in Europe apart from Paris Saint-Germain. And again, 6-2 is a big mountain for Chelsea to climb. And you know what? You do think Chelsea tonight could score some goals, but you've got to keep balls out the back of yours. And as we've just seen and as you're talking about, they're probably not going to do that. They're probably good to concede a couple tonight, if I'm honest.
It's a remarkable goal to concede. It's a long ball
look
forward.
at that, come on.
And oh my goodness,
a team that's had John Terry, Carvalho, the list goes up. Come on. Who is that? As a professional footballer, Sarr, come on. I mean, to be fair, he's a young centre-back, but you've got to do better there.
It's awful defending. It is a long ball launch forward.
Literally.
And the ball bounces off Sarr's left leg, and it allows Kvaratskhelia to then show a little bit of... he has all of his shirt there, Kvaratskhelia. But he does well to get in front of Sarr. But, I mean, we spoke about the defending earlier, didn't we, CJ? I mean, that is, but like PSG have got the ability to bop through you, but that's a long launch forward.
Exactly, and whenever you're able to do that against a team like Chelsea, you'll always have a chance. It doesn't matter what Chelsea's midfielders are saying, it doesn't matter how many half chances they get. If a long ball over the top, like it's Sunday League-esque, it's almost like you saw that in Hackney Marshes. Chelsea will always be in problems, and they've got a mountain to climb at this moment.
I mean, that's just the basics, really, isn't it?
Basics.
Like, just win the ball.
But just poor defending. But then, like we said, we look at Chelsea and look at their back line. So poor. So poor.
Yeah, it's a bad mistake. He's a young kid, and I'm sure he's going to learn, and I'm sure he'll get better as he develops. But I have to say, in a game of this magnitude, when you've got to try and get 3 goals, you've got to be rock solid defensively, and that's a bad moment there for Sarr. And Kvaratskhelia gets through on goal, and he punishes Chelsea with some bad defending. CJ, Arsenal have got a corner.
It's been a minute since I've seen us score from a corner. That would be a great time. Unlucky. Keep going, boys. We're at the Emirates, man. We know we're going through today. Let's just
thing is, I was just looking at Chelsea's. I mean, they obviously have got injuries as well. But I just look at their backline. Why is Fofana not starting?
Because he's been struggling as well.
I know, but realistically, if you think about their two best centre halves, it would be Fofana and Chalobah. So I don't understand why Fofana is on the bench.
Yeah, I think he struggled in the Newcastle game. I know that one of the goals, the way I think Newcastle's first goal, the way he was tracking back was poor. So
I appreciate that, but you can't tell me in a game of, I guess, this magnitude for Chelsea that you wouldn't start your best centre back, which would be Fofana.
I would have gone Fofana and Chalobah, but possibly.
Got to hope it's an injury. If not,
he's on the bench, so Tosin's on the bench, or Achimpong's on the bench. But I've always thought even when Maresca was there, they would tinker with the back four a lot.
They do tinker a lot with it.
It's like where's our good friend Quake who told us that they did need to sign a centre back in the summer. It's like they've just got lots of kind of defenders that feel quite young and quite raw. And they've needed that kind of A-sided centre-back, haven't they, to kind of come in and really kind of take charge of that defence. And it's a bad moment for Sarr, isn't it? And Chelsea are one down on the night! Oh, they hit the post! Oh, he's given a free kick against Chelsea?
That's not a free kick.
There was a header at the back post which came off the post.
Come on.
A Chelsea player went to ground. The referee's given a free kick against Chelsea, which looked bizarre. Possibly have to have a look at a replay there. Kim, is it all City?
Yep, hold on.
Shots! It's another shot.
How?
Cherky.
Goodness.
Cherky gets the ball to feet. Yeah, his right peg. Oh, my! I tell you what. By the way,
he's not being touched.
That's one of the most ridiculous things I've seen. And Andre Santos and the goalkeeper come together, and the goalkeeper does his best. I mean, what sort of impression are we calling that? WWE impression, and he gets the free kick. And I think what then Chelsea are asking is when the ball comes off the post, they're appealing for a foul on João Pedro. I'm not sure there's maybe enough in that, but there's definitely not a free kick against the Chelsea player there. I mean, CJ, that's just, do you call that smart goalkeeping or do you call that, housery?
Well, I just think he's lucky, man. I think in other examples you could say housery. I just think he's lucky. I don't think he had a clue what was going on there.
I tell you what, Kim, I don't know if you can give a penalty based off players' reactions, but that's 5 City players who all went up for a handball in the same moment from the corner. So again, we have to have a look at a replay there. But my goodness me, this has been
No, you can't say definitely.
I mean, no, I don't think we can say definite handball. But this has been, 10 minutes of absolute domination, hasn't it?
Yeah, we've been really, really good. And what we're doing, oh dear me. And there you go. That's a big mistake from Roger. Now it's 2-on-3.
This is where you don't want to get caught.
And this is where you don't want to get caught.
Man, you got enough bodies backwards.
Yeah, Vinny Jr.'s got the ball out on the left-hand side. Nunez does really well there, doesn't he?
He does enough. Good defending.
And he clears the ball away. I'm assuming because the game hasn't stopped, that means it's not going to be a check for the penalty.
I'm assuming they will check it.
Oh, sorry, checking it.
Yeah.
But then it won't be. The referee won't be sent over to have a look at it.
They're playing really well, and this is the problem. What we're doing now, which we didn't do against Forest, is what we didn't do against West Ham. Is we're passing it really quickly on the edge of the area. Sometimes it's too slow with City, it's too languid, and that's what makes me excited about watching this game, is that we literally can't do anything other than score 3 goals, so we're going to move it quickly. And it's frustrating watching us play like this, because if we had this 10 minutes against West Ham, we would have been 5-0 up at half-time.
Yeah.
Seriously, and I don't understand why we can't do this more often. I know obviously tactics come into play. I know that
physically maybe as well.
Physically, I understand that. But if you've got this ability that you can put in this many chances, I don't understand why we don't do it more often. It's frustrating.
You frustrated the life out of me on Saturday night.
It's just what we've done all season.
Double-edged sword for you, that wasn't it, Saturday night?
It really was. I mean, actually, no. Not at all. What I needed was for City to just absolutely spank them.
Yeah, I mean, a double-edged sword in the sense of it benefited you in terms of your relegation fight and also your ambitions at the top of the table.
It just
your ambitions, like it's your ambition. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's my ambitions at the top of the table. But you just really, really irritated me. But it's not the first time I've watched City this season and been very disappointed in you. I think it's like I held you to a higher standard and you've just let me down.
That could be a penalty.
Did they check it?
Well, the handball or the foul?
I think the foul.
The handball.
It's one of those ones that you see given in the Champions League. He hasn't kicked the ball, he's kicked the leg. Was he going anywhere? Probably not, but...
Well, it's not the point though, is it?
It's not the point.
Kick is a kick, yeah.
This game is so open, the Chelsea PSG.
Yeah, it is. It's a bit like the first leg, isn't it? It's like a basketball game in terms of end-to-end stuff.
Shoot.
Oh, that's a bad shot. Yeah, not the best execution. By the way, Bodo Glimt have a header from a corner that's well saved. Sporting 4, Bodo Glimt 0, 4-3 in aggregate to Sporting. Chelsea 0, PSG 1, PSG leading 6-2 in aggregate. Still City 0, Madrid 0, and Arsenal 0, by Leverkusen 0. How are Bayer Leverkusen set up, Siege? Are they looking to sit pretty deep, or are they going to try and take the game to you?
They're giving as good as they can. It looks like both teams that, as you just said there, are trying to give the game to each other. Like, they've actually had the majority of the ball. I think my boys need to settle a bit, getting knocking about. I haven't seen much from our left or our right hand side. So yeah, man, it's all been Leverkusen at the moment. I wouldn't say we're under pressure or on the back foot, but Leverkusen have enjoyed a lot of spells in possession.
I mean, that Saturday, I don't know if you were there or you're doing a stream, but that was a special moment, wasn't it? The Max Dowman moment. Like, in terms of moments this season, that's one. Not just this season, I think in Premier League history, like the 16-year-old coming off the bench and scoring, it was special.
Mad Max, man, you know what Haaland does for our football club, and you know what? I'm not surprised by it because I've known about Max Dowman for a long period of time, and I'm not being funny. I know the context is different. He came on at Anfield, so you coming on at Anfield, a tough ground like that, is completely different from coming on against Everton. And obviously, with us fighting for the league and the game state, it's a fantastic moment, but it just goes against what people, specifically in Arsenal's fan base, that Mikel Arteta hates young players. He will play you if the circumstances make sense. So shout out to Max Dowman. Obviously, there's probably a lot of pressure on the lad, and his name is probably being circled in social media. But
yeah, I mean, some of the stuff that's been said about him over the last has been quite.
He's not the first, and he won't be the last. We know what we do in this country. You big these players up, and then they'll be the first when they have these moments to tear them down. But Max Dowman.
Oh, what a finish that is! And this could possibly get messy for Chelsea. It is Chelsea 0, Paris Saint-Germain 2, and this is a wonderful, wonderful finish from Barcola. He gets the ball to feet. He smashes it top bins, and I think it's fair to say, Abby, with Chelsea 7-2 down in aggregate, this could get a bit messy possibly now.
I think the Chelsea fans are going to go into absolute meltdown.
Can we get Quakey on FaceTime?
Honestly, you have to think this is not something that Chelsea are used to, especially when you think about Champions League. Like, they have pedigree in this competition. Now, they already feel how they feel in terms of the Rafinha thing, and just generally with Chelsea, and they're just not happy with the whole infrastructure at Chelsea. For Chelsea to be losing at this current moment after 10 or so minutes, 6-2 in a tie, 7-2, sorry, in a tie against PSG, this is unacceptable from a Chelsea's point of view.
Oh, by the way, what a finish.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but that's schoolboy defending as well.
It is so poor.
It's also remarkable because Caicedo he gives the ball away in midfield. You don't often see him do that.
And that's one of your more senior players, should say.
One of your big money signings, Caicedo.
Hakimi then gets it down the right. He plays it infield. Barcola's first touch with his left, just sits it up perfectly with his right foot, and kind of then laces finish through the ball into the top corner. It's a gorgeous finish, isn't it?
It is a gorgeous finish, but this, like, we are sitting here talking about Chelsea losing 7-2 to PSG.
A long way to go as well.
There is a long way to go. This could reach double digits. Honestly, imagine Chelsea losing. Let's call it what it is. Let's say they lose 10-2, 10-3. But I mean, the lack of control, the lack of composure, the schoolboy defending. I mean, look, there's no such thing as I can't foresee a comeback. On in this game, let's be real.
Well, now we would be talking.
But at this point, Chelsea just have to stop. They have to just try and stop PSG scoring for the rest of the game, because this is already embarrassing. Very, very embarrassing. You love to see it, but yeah.
Yeah. Where's Quaker when you need him, right?
Where is he? I could have flushed his head down the toilet.
Yeah. He's due a few head flushes down the toilet, right? Which is, Madrid are coming through down the left-hand side. Vinny Jr.'s got the ball. He cuts in on his right foot. Oh my goodness me. Comes off the post, hits Donnarumma. City gonna have to clear it. Comes back out to Vinny Jr. off the line. My goodness me! What a remarkable moment that is. Vinny Jr. cuts in. Do you know what? I thought he was offside.
That's why I wasn't that nervous.
You not know?
I think he was
quite.
I
thought he looked offside. We initially got played in down the left-hand side.
Did that come off Donnarumma's back?
Yeah. He hit the post, bounced off Donnarumma's back, and then just about avoided the.
But this is what I mean. We're literally one pass away from conceding the whole tie. That's why he can't really get that excited.
Yeah, he's offside.
He's a bit offside, isn't he? Only just though.
Yeah. And then, it's a remarkable passage of play when he cuts in on his right foot, gets his shot away into the far corner, and then, it bounces off the post, smashes Donnarumma in the back, and just about goes wide.
Amazing defending by Bernardo Silva on the line here, by the way.
Yeah, he gets himself in a good position, doesn't he? Yeah, they wanted handball. I don't think it was a handball. But imagine if that's how you conceded the goal, Kim. It comes off Donnarumma's back from
it's not what you need, is it?
Yeah. Not ideal, is it?
Oh, that was a handball as well.
You think left arm? But he kind of leans into it.
Oh. oh, it's not offside, and he's going to...
Oh, no. Oh, so they're checking here for two things. They'll be checking he's offside. He was offside.
Thank God for that.
Vinny
That's
Jr.
a red card. That's a red card and a penalty.
Red card and a penalty, yeah.
Wow.
We unfortunately haven't got the referee view of Mark Clattenburg, but what I can assure you is that Vinny Jr. was offside. That would be the view, wouldn't it, right?
That would definitely be the view.
That's the view, isn't it?
And the view would also be it's definite red card and penalty because Bernardo Silva's just saved that with his elbow.
yeah.
He's made no attempt to move out of the way whatsoever. But this is what I mean, and this is why I'm not getting too overhyped and too excited. For all our attacking play, we're only ever one pass away.
Sorry, by the way, the game hasn't restarted yet, has it? I thought the referee put his arm in the air as almost to confirm it was offside. I mean,
what are they having a look at, though? Ooh,
so Vinny Jr. gets played in down the left-hand side. Now, the flag went up for offside. He cut in on his right foot, hit the post. It came off Donnarumma, but it ended up coming back to Vinny Jr., who then shot a goal. Bernardo Silva was on the line, and with his left arm, which was down by his side, he almost leaned into the ball to clear it. Now,
he's onside, I think.
They are now. It's a potential penalty check, Kim. So
right, it's a red card then. And that's it.
And it'd be a red card, right?
Tie over then.
Wait, so hold on.
No, surely not.
So two things here. Vinny Jr. must have been offside when he got playing down the left-hand side.
Right.
But he obviously wasn't, which is why they're checking the penalty.
He originally got given offside, but they're now checking a potential penalty check, so that means he was onside. So, Kim, just to confirm, Bernardo Silva's left arm is tucked into his body, but do you think, oh, my goodness me,
he's been told to have a look. Trossard's been told to have a look.
Potential penalty check. Yeah, Bernardo Silva, he's got his left arm tucked into his body, but what he does do, when the shot comes towards goal, he kind of moves his body, doesn't he? And it comes off his left. I mean, would you have any complaints, Kim, with the penalty and red card?
No, it's a red card.
Yeah.
It's moved his elbow into it. Unless we couldn't see it and it has actually hit the sleeve, but from the way it looks...
By the way, my mince pies must be... Vinny Jr. looked offside there to me, didn't he?
Is that the sleeve line? It looks like his elbow.
I don't think that's a red, you know.
He's given a penalty kick.
So then he has to give the red.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, it's the red card.
All right, that's that then.
My goodness me, that is sick.
City.
That is absolutely sick. I mean, City have been battering them for 18 minutes, and that literally comes on the counter attack.
You know when you weren't panicking because you thought it was offside? You're right now. Like, is that hit?
I can't say.
No, Abby, that's bang out of order. No, don't wind the guy up. I mean, come on now.
It's embarrassing. That's when you're seeing your players and you're doing that. What can you say?
What? Bernardo Silva?
Pathetic. He's one of your senior players and you're saving a goal like that on the line.
Natural instinct.
It's just not good enough. He hasn't been good enough all season. It's not good enough. Really embarrassing that. 4-0 on aggregate, 10 men. Well done, Real Madrid.
It's made a difficult task 20 times harder now.
Thank God I didn't get the train back for this. Absolutely
Aren't you happy
nonsense.
you're here with us now?
Yeah, brilliant.
Eat your words.
Very happy.
That's brutal, isn't it? Madrid have got a penalty and it is a red card. And this
Vinicius taking this.
This would be 4-0 on aggregate, and Man City down to 10 men. What a shame! That's not great, is it? That's going to ruin the spec. There's the possibility of a
good start to the game, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was indeed.
Bodo have scored again.
Bodo. Sporting have scored. Sporting are 5 up now on the night and 5-3 up on aggregate. Vinny Jr. up against Donnarumma then for Real Madrid.
The mad thing is, if he saves this, I will still have a glimmer of hope, and I don't want it.
No,
I don't want the hope.
I want Vinny to score.
It's the hope that kills you, man.
Miss.
To do it with 10 men would be ridiculous.
He's missed. Oh, fair enough. Yes, sir. Successful night ahead.
Donnarumma goes to his right-hand side.
Didn't you say Arsenal in my head rent-free, but you're celebrating...
No, they're not in my head. Your team's not in my head.
Celebrating someone else.
My brother.
No, you don't care about us,
There's 4 screens. I don't care. There's 4 screens.
But you're celebrating. You don't care, but you're celebrating.
There's 4 screens. I can only comment on what's in front of me.
Make it make sense.
Bro, I'm watching what's in front of me. It's in front of me.
Abby?
It's in my head because I'm watching it in front of me.
Can I just ask you a question?
Like 4. I don't care what Abby thinks. I'm watching 4 games in front of me.
You think either.
Abby, can I just ask you a question?
That's 4 games in front of me.
What's his mic off?
Okay, one at a time.
Yes.
So Man City 0, Real Madrid 1. Vinny Jr. does step up from the penalty spot and sends the goalkeeper the wrong way. Man City losing 4-0 on aggregate, and yet Man City down to 10 men. And Abby, this is a gargantuous touchdown for Man City.
Oh yeah, I mean you put yourself right up against.
Yeah, but imagine.
No, of course imagine. But I think this is where those early chances that we were saying we don't want these to come back and haunt you for not taking them because you were absolutely on top. In this game so far, but it's just you've given yourself such a mountain to climb that even with the best will in the world, I don't quite believe it. But however, I do look at your bench and you have just got such a stacked bench. Like,
No,
look, it would be some comeback. But you're talking about a bench that has literally got O'Reilly, Lewis, Rico Lewis on it, Gonzalez, Foden, Semenyo, Marmoush, Savinho.
Oh my God! How has he made that save?
Everything.
Doku gets played in down the left-hand side. Erling Haaland, Kim, must be a couple of yards out. The keeper pulls off an amazing save. Now Vinny Jr. Vinny Jr. Oh, how did he miss that, Vinny Jr.?
He thought he scored before he put the ball in the back of it.
A remarkable passage of play. By the way, Kim, how has Erling Haaland missed that? He's literally 4 yards out, Erling Haaland. I know Courtois makes a good save, but he's got to put that. And then Vinny Jr. on the counter-attack does so well to carry the ball, cuts in on his right foot, and he goes over. He does so well to cut in his
I thought Donnarumma would save.
No, he blazes that over the bar. That is...
It's a good game, though.
It's a great
At least it's a good game of football.
It's such a shame you got 10 men. It's such a shame, but you're losing 4-0 in aggregate as well.
Such a shame. I need to see that Haaland chance again. It looked like a great save, but if Haaland's just hit it straight,
I think it's probably both. I think Courtois makes a good save.
Hold on a second. But look, there's loads of space for us here.
Free kick.
Oh, of course not.
Never.
Is that real?
You don't get free kicks against Real Madrid, do you, in these games?
Don't be silly.
Jesus, how is that not a free kick? He's an absolute disgrace, that referee, by the way. Give that as a yellow card.
Okay. I mean,
I think he's booking Guardiola. I think he's booking Pep for complaining. Pep's not surviving this game.
no, there's no chance of Pep surviving this game. Also,
Don't let him judge you like that, ref.
Pep's had a little bit of a makeover today as well. He's
swaggy.
He's kind of gone for a different, like, he's got, it's...
No, his shirt is wavy, I can't lie.
Yeah,
Pep's always stylish.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's not good, that from Pep. Maybe he shouldn't put his hands on. I know he's doing it in a bit of a jokey way.
He's got no place in the game.
Maybe just, yeah.
Poor referee.
No, yeah, well, look, Kim, I'm not trying to... It's been brutal from City, because this whole 115 minutes, wherever it's been, doesn't feel like a 4-0 Real Madrid, does it, in terms of kind of control, in terms of kind of...
Really. This is the problem, though, isn't it? And this is what I was saying to you before about Haaland. If this is September version of Haaland... It could be a completely different story.
I know, but you can't say things like that because you're like, well, if Spurs had players fit, maybe I wouldn't be in a relegation, but I am.
No, but it feels harsh to be 4-0 down with 10 men.
Hey, boys, thank you.
How's Arsenal going on, CJ?
It's 0-0, man. We've conceded a corner. Champions League business, man. It's all right, man. Still 0-0 on the night. 1-1.
Every time I look up, Leverkusen seem like they've got priority.
That's good for them, man. Like, let's just talk in the 90th minute.
I was literally just asking about the game, CJ.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you what I think about the game. I said, let's just wait till the minute 90.
No, but what I'm saying, every time
Two invincibles.
Every time I look up, I'm seeing Leverkusen come forward.
Depends how many times you're looking up, Abby.
How have Leverkusen been? It's literally just a general footballing question. Can you answer it?
Yeah, Leverkusen have done well. We've done well. Still 0-0 on the night. I answered that first time round.
Go on, Haaland.
What's man talking about?
Haaland! Johns!
Please score.
Oh my goodness me, this is ridiculous. Erling Haaland, it goes through down the left-hand side. His shot is kind of clumsily kicked away back into a danger area, and then it's Rodri.
I don't mind that from Haaland because it's a bad angle, but Rodri really should.
Haaland's got no one in the box anyway.
He's good enough to do better there, man, and score a goal.
Falls to Rodri, and he's got so much time and space to run onto it, and a shot goes over
half
the
chances. They're just not done.
They've had good shots. The back of the net. The Haaland and Rodri one, those two ones are big chances now. Like, the Haaland one, you expect him to score.
Look at the replay of the Haaland.
It's a great save. It's a great save. I'm not saying it's not, but I'm also saying that Haaland could just put it down the roof of the net and not give the goalkeeper a chance.
Yeah,
but both can be true, I think.
He could, and I think
it's a great save. I'm thinking, this guy in goal he's almost a cheat code, isn't he? He's a freak.
He did the same in the first.
All the time. He's ridiculous. I mentioned the Champions League final in Paris when Madrid beat Liverpool 1. I mean, some of the saves he makes was almost just not real. You almost think, how on earth can a goalkeeper get?
Goalkeeper.
Yeah,
one of the best in the world.
But it's also, Abby, from a Madrid point of view, look at Madrid. Madrid have got 11 men on the edge of their box, pretty much.
I know they really. Chance for Arsenal. Yeah, they have. I mean, this game has been absolutely end to end. It has been like a basketball game, and now even more so. Obviously, now they're down to 10 men, but.
Vinny Jr.'s got a chance. Vinny Jr. goes wide.
Oh my goodness, I thought that went in.
Yeah, so did I. No, it's just gone wide.
Wow.
This is...
it's a spectacle.
Yeah, I know. The breakaway down the left-hand side, the ball came across the face of the goal. Vinny Jr. was there, and his first-time shot just goes wide. I mean, to be fair, Vinny Jr.'s now missed 2, but look how quick he is, by the way, to make up ground and get himself into that.
Great run from him.
Yeah,
I thought that was.
It kind of comes off a shin, doesn't it?
Yeah.
A little bit. It kind of doesn't make good contact with that. Arsenal have got a corner against Bayer Leverkusen. CJ.
I mean, I hope we can put it in the back of the net, man. That's what sees us through to the next round. Leverkusen have given as good as they've got.
Yeah, well defended by Leverkusen, and they win themselves a free kick as well. So it remains Arsenal 0, by Leverkusen. Confirmation by Sporting 5, Bodo Glimt 0. So it finishes 5-3 on aggregate to Sporting after Bodo Glimt. That's the remarkable comeback, isn't it? After Bodo Glimt were 3 up from the first leg. It is just the third time a Portuguese side. It would have been the third time a Portuguese side eliminated by Norwegian opponents, but Sporting makes sure the fairy tale of Bodo Glimt comes to an end this evening. It's still Arsenal 0, Bayer Leverkusen 0. Arsenal remain unbeaten against Bayer Leverkusen in the Champions League. Man City 0, Real Madrid 1. Bukayo Saka.
No, relax.
On the right-hand side, inside the box. Charles, great save by the goalkeeper. It comes to Trossard, and his shot is well pushed away by the goalkeeper. Had to get down low pretty quickly, and it goes out for an Arsenal corner. Saka did well there, though, to keep his composure from that tight angle and pick out Trossard. It was actually a really nice link-up play there between Gyökeres and Declan Rice. Trossard's shot is... was that come off the line or saved by the goalkeeper?
It's a good save by the keeper.
I think it's saved by the goalkeeper, isn't it?
Good reactionary save. Very good save by the Leverkusen keeper.
Still Arsenal 0, Bayer Leverkusen 0, Chelsea 0, PSG 2, and it is Man City 0, Real Madrid 1, as Arsenal continue to put the pressure on Bayer Leverkusen. To be another Declan Rice corner on the far side here. Arsenal had quite a few corners in this first half. Bayer Leverkusen so far dealt with them pretty well. Come to the back post.
Someone gamble.
Headed back across goal. Ez's shot is hit well.
Keep going, boys.
Bounces off a Bayer Leverkusen player, and Ez is going to cycle that back to the goalkeeper.
Start again.
It's a weird game, this City game, because Madrid kind of look terrified, even though they're 4-0 up and we've gone down to 10 men. They've got 11 men behind the ball at all times. I mean, they can break, can't they? And they have done with one pass.
True.
And that's
Vinny Jr. missed 2 big chances, didn't he?
That's the problem. But I think there's a bit of a glimmer of hope. I don't know where it's coming from. But we are having chances. At least we're having chances. At least it's exciting to watch.
I'm happy for you.
Need to find 4 goals.
We need to find one to start with.
What are your thoughts? I mean, the handball is there. I mean, do you think Bernardo Silva should have... It's kind of instinct, probably, isn't it? I think in that position.
Ref, that's a yellow.
I think it's instinct if you're not like a 34-year-old player who's played enough in enough big games to know better than that. I think the annoying thing was it was going wide as well, which is a really frustrating
What do you think?
thing.
It was in the post, maybe?
Yeah, I think it was probably just going wide. And yeah, probably a little bit of instinct. I'd quite like to see it a bit closer up. It did look like it could have potentially been shirt line. Am I grasping at straws here?
Possibly, yeah. I think
he's not to know, to be fair.
It's all right. It's okay. It's okay. You might win Sunday, so it's fine. Don't worry.
If we play like this, we'll win on Sunday.
It's a big... You got the... And then after that's Liverpool, isn't it?
Like that.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
Come on.
Look at this, though. One ball, honestly.
Oh, wow. In the Championship, by the way. Do you want a Championship update,
I desperately need to know Championship things because I'm looking ahead.
Yes.
Please give me
Watford are leading Wrexham by 2-0 in the Championship.
Huge.
Wrexham, I don't appreciate your sarcasm towards the Championship.
It's not
sarcasm, it's serious.
I'm going to be in the Championship next season.
Okay.
As it stands.
What away date would you most be looking forward to next season?
Obviously, no. Bristol City, me and Jay are going to go.
Why Bristol City?
Because me and producer Jay will be going together.
He supports Chelsea, not Bristol City.
Oh yeah, well that's his Premier League club. Actually, it's not. Do you know what? It's not even.
He's a Chelsea fan.
No, he's not. He's invested in Chelsea because he produces inside Chelsea, but he's actually a Manchester United.
I liked him as well.
Come on, slap that in! How? Oh, it's got to go in.
Brother, how?
Oh my goodness me! How's that not gone in?
Oh,
seems like it's a matter of time, though.
Yeah, no, it is. Arsenal, they certainly lost.
Leverkusen are giving as good as they get, but how?
Arsenal work a corner short, and then Trossard's shot is saved by the keeper, and then there was about 7-8 seconds of just goal line drama where there was a save. Yeah, a little bit, and Arsenal just couldn't put the ball in the back of the net. Bayer Leverkusen are coming forward at CJ. Arsenal better be careful here.
And this striker had a very good game in the first leg, man. His hold-up play is very impressive. He'll get a big move one day. I think he's only 19 years of age. I think his name's Kanate or something. Leverkusen are on the attack, and I did say to you lot off air, I think Leverkusen score
and
first, we go through an aggregate.
Yeah, and they got a corner as well.
Well, come back from behind.
PSG scored a lovely goal, but it was offside.
Oh, I swear, I'm just trying to
really nice passing.
Ref, have a word, have a look, please. We need Chelsea out. We need every team apart from my club out today.
I think you'll be fine with Chelsea, mate. They're 7-2 down on.
You never know, man. You never know. They've got unique qualities.
Also, that goalkeeper's pulled off in that kind of melee that I was speaking about. He made a couple of really good saves there, didn't he? Kind of literally body on the line.
Keep going, Gaffer.
But PSG did have the ball in the back of the net. Kvaratskhelia, it was, I think, who put the ball in the back of the net. Oh yeah, he plays the ball into the middle of the box to get the 1-2. It's a lovely 1-2.
But even still, did a Chelsea back five? Yeah, disorientated, bad habits, just no one leading.
And here we go again.
And again, you can't make it up. His first touch has killed him, or he probably should score there. Probably should score. His first touch has killed him. Until Chelsea look like an amicable back five, they won't achieve anything that their fans want.
I think for Chelsea to have an amicable back five, CJ, they have to spend £250 million.
Yeah, but it's always money. Like, where's the tactics?
But am I wrong though?
They're obviously going to have to dip into the market. But I mean, come on. I know they're missing Levi Colwill, who's a very decent centre-half, but come on, really?
Do you think he makes changes at half time? Do you think he brings on?
You're going to have to. You're down by 5.
But at the same time,
minimum.
The game's gone. Like, what's the point?
I mean, he's got Estevao on the bench. He's got Delap. He's got
it, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, again, are you going to really bring on Fofana? Are you going to bring on Akinpong?
You might as well bring on as many attackers and just say, let's go for it, man.
Yeah, I mean, they've got
out anyways.
Yeah, they've got to show a little bit of fire in there in the second half. You're right, CJ, for the fans that have turned up. But
I reckon quite a lot might leave.
Yeah.
To be honest, what's the point of being there?
Get yourself home early.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's getting a little bit messy. What are they looking for here, CJ?
I don't know. I can't comment on it. I don't know.
I think it was. I think they were looking at possibly David Raya, who maybe threw the ball outside of his box, but
he wouldn't do
it
that.
was.
This City game's fallen into a bit of a lull now.
Yeah.
I think
it's going to be hard for you to maintain these physically.
I think physically it's just not going to be possible to attack to the same extent that we have been. I think Madrid will have a lot more of the ball now. I think there'll be more goals in the game, but I think it's unlikely, isn't it?
Kim, correct me if I'm wrong, don't put words in your mouth. Last time you were on the show, I think you quite passionately said that you believe that City have lined up Vincent Kompany to be the next manager. Do you still think that to be the case?
Yeah, I would like to think so. I think after that, though, the big rumours of Enzo Maresca taking charge came out, which is something which I really, really don't want to see. And I don't necessarily know whether there's any truth to those rumours. My understanding was that Vincent Kompany was going to be the next man in charge. I think it makes sense, especially with how well he's doing at a massive club like Bayern.
Do you think he'd be happy to leave Bayern Munich?
I think it's Vincent Kompany in Man City. Sure. I would really like to think that if City came calling, he would instantly say yes, no matter what the position was. I think it makes sense. I still think it makes sense. I think we've seen this season when Pep maybe isn't as effusive about City. I think you can tell that the vibe's not really been there. And I think when Pep leaves, the vibe will be bad. And I think the surefire way to make sure that it's not is by hiring your probably biggest club captain, your biggest club legend. So it makes sense to me. Part of me...
And someone also has now got the track record.
Someone who's now got the track record, and also someone who plays nice football. And I was sort of saying on my City group chat the other day, yesterday it was, and I obviously never would want Pep to leave, but this whole like willy or won't he thing,
you want to know.
I just want. I'm a bit over it now. I just want to know. I want to know, and then I can prepare for life after Pep. But
would you want Pep to stay on next season?
Go on, Izzy.
I mean, I want Pep.
Oh my game, man! No.
Goal.
Oh, it's all Leverkusen, man. It's all Leverkusen. Every time I look up, it's all Leverkusen. Thank you, Eze. 0-0, boys. Just switch on, please. We need to go through to the next round, Eze.
By the way,
Bobby Daslov, man.
CJ, I'll let you take it first.
It's a thunderbolt from Eze.
What a ridiculous goal that is.
Listen, Sam, you're very good at articulating goals. I can't do it enough service. I will say it's a thunderbolt. I need you to take it away. It's 2-1 on the night. That's all I can say. We're through. We're going through. We're doing
1-0 Arsenal, 2-1 on aggregate. And Eberechi, I think you know it's a good goal when the teammates have got their head in their hands like that. Declan Rice to Trossard, it then comes to Eze on the edge of the box, and he sort of takes his first touch with his back to goal, and then he swivels on it, and it is a first time, you're right, CJ, I'll give you thunderbolt, with his laces into the roof of the net. I mean, Kim, that's a ridiculous strike from a special player.
That is an unbelievable goal. I don't watch Arsenal that much, but I know people weren't saying that he wasn't very good at the beginning of the season, but it does seem like every time I watch him, it seems to be against Spurs and he seems to be scoring crackers. That was an absolute
talk about the big games,
real goal. That was unbelievable.
But CJ, is he benefiting? Is he just playing a little bit more now? He's kind of, with Odegaard being injured, he's kind of got that third central midfield kind of role locked down in the last couple of weeks.
think the pennies kind of dropped for Eze. Like Everton, for example, it's nothing to scream and shout about Eze, but any Arsenal fan that's been watching our club week in, week out, it was a step in the right direction. Eze's thing has always been, you've had moments. You had it against City where you set up Martinelli. You had it Newcastle where you had it against Bayern Munich. You've obviously done it now. And, as much as I would like to get onto Abby, like the less said about Spurs, the better. He's done it twice against them. It's just about doing it consistently over 90 minutes. And I do think in recent weeks, his overall aspects across 90 have been good. But that's what we want, Eze. We want those moments. Let it all work out, man.
Stupid finish.
Stupid finish from a
Unbelievable
stupid
finish.
player. And Gyökeres
again here.
Ref, is that a pen?
He has his back to goal, takes it kind of first time, and then just swivels.
Eze doing Eze things,
yeah,
man.
it's a special strike.
In the meantime, Ruben Diaz just got absolutely humiliated by Brahim Diaz. Did you see that?
What did he happen?
Oh, it was like Bambi on ice. Diaz, Brahim just absolutely spun him inside out.
Brahim Diaz and Ruben Diaz.
Yeah, and then he had a great shot straight at Donnarumma, who didn't really know where the ball had gone, and then managed to claw it out. Yeah.
This possibly could be maybe one of the most undeserving.
It's one of the weirdest games of football ever. This. It's just. Have there ever been so many chances?
No.
It's like every second that you look up and you watch the game, there's just a chance for one of the two teams.
Yeah.
I don't know how this game itself is only 1-0.
Yeah, no. I mean, Vinny Jr.'s missed 2 absolute sitters, hasn't he? And
Ireland could have done better as well.
I forgot as well.
Yeah. Trent Alexander-Arnold. It's still weird seeing Trent in a Real Madrid shirt. Like,
does it bother you
For
still?
you, it's business as usual, really.
Does it bother me? No, I mean, I'm kind of over it a little bit.
You should be.
Oh, I definitely miss him, yeah. Oh, we miss him. I mean, goodness me, we miss him big time.
You'll buy another right back in the summer.
Yeah, we won't be as good as Trent, though. Yeah.
Do you think it would have made a massive difference this season?
I think we're a much weaker team. I think any team would be weaker without having a person that can step into any part of the field and literally pick out a pass with right or left foot. I think his passing distribution, I think, is he's one of the best passers I've seen in Premier League history in terms of what he can do. So yeah, I think it was obvious we were going to miss him. And I think we maybe kind of so much was made of kind of the fact there was a local lad leaving. We didn't actually speak enough about the player 100%. And how good of a player was leaving our football club, as well as being the local kid, the local player, going on a free, etc. So yeah. And the guy that we got to replace him is such a different profile of right back in terms of frame. He might not even be a right back anyway.
And you've got issues in midfield as well.
We've got issues everywhere, CJ. I mean, we made your lot look good on Sunday, didn't we, Abby? I mean, I've never seen you smile so much while watching Spurs play before.
I had such a lovely Monday, honestly.
Did you? I'm happy for you.
I had such a nice
I had an
Monday.
awful Monday.
I know. But it was so weird because obviously we didn't win the game, but it just...
Oh, but that point would have felt like a win,
It was a huge moment.
It would have felt like a win for Spurs.
It just felt like a little breath, like a little...
It was so typical Spurs, isn't it, to get a point at Anfield
any
as well.
points we've taken has been off of you and Liverpool.
Oh, it's crazy.
It's absolutely mental. But yeah, I think...
Big point in the
I don't want to think it's like... I think it's a false dawn at the moment. I'll know more on Sunday, so I wouldn't want to actually say.
Do you think that sort of points to a weird mentality problem, how you can get up for big games?
Yeah, but can't
get up for anything.
Sorry,
look at the Arsenal game. The linesman. The linesman is making a run down the line, trying to get into position, and he's colliding with the pilot.
He ended up near the penalty area. How did he go?
It was a good third man run. It was a very good third man run.
He went
smoother than Gyökeres.
And then the boy Leverkusen player was doing, maybe it wasn't as fun as I'm making out. I thought it was quite funny though, and I thought we did a little bit of fun on the show. And the boy Leverkusen player took him out. Doku for City, Kim Haaland. Oh no,
he scored. Oh my days!
Has he gone in?
Yeah, that's gone in.
He must have scored.
That's gone in.
No, because the camera angle didn't matter, but there's no way he missed that.
Come on!
It's on.
There's no way on God's green earth he missed that.
I told you it was on.
There was no way.
Yeah, I told you it was
that from a
on.
corner? Crazy.
None of us really.
It was really good from Doku. Good
Set
strand.
piece of crazy.
And oh god, it's such an ugly goal.
It doesn't matter.
Such an ugly goal.
It don't matter.
Oh, Kim, as if you care. It's an ugly goal.
Credit to Doku.
Doku again down the left-hand side, puts the ball into the dangerous area, takes a couple of ricochets, then Erling Haaland from close range does put the ball in the back of the net.
No, it is on though, isn't it? It is on.
Yeah, no, that's
It's on.
No, it's on. No, it really is on.
It's on.
It is on.
It's on. As in the comeback.
Yeah, the comeback's
It's on.
It is on, isn't it?
It's on.
That, by the way, the Erling Haaland to score any time was the epic boost from William Hill. Like I told you about before the start of the game, it was 4-7, now evens. That has come in. Will the Arsenal one come in? We're 4 minutes away from that coming in. That was Arsenal to lead at half-time, was 8-13, now evens. I'll tell you what, Abby, we love an epic boost, don't we, with William Hill. 18+, gambleware.org, terms and conditions apply.
Love it.
Yeah.
Get that epic boost on.
Well, why would you not want to get involved in the epic boost? And now Real Madrid are coming forward, and there's lots of bodies coming forward, including Valverde, who takes a really, really good first touch. But to be fair to Aït-Nouri, he wins the ball back. Trent!
Oh! I saw his name in lights.
Yeah, I know. It was a decent shot, to be fair.
It was almost off again.
Huh?
It was almost off again.
Yeah. This is like when you win 2-1. This is going to really hurt Kim. By the way, just to let you know, when you win with 10 men, it's going to really sting.
It's going to see. I feel like that's probably the more likely result. I do think that we'll win the game. I think we've been good.
Why are Real Madrid so not good? Like, even though they've got 10, City got 10 men.
They're so not good. Even
Well, this is Real Madrid. And Madrid are like literally almost.
To be completely,
you have to find a way to make it happen. They do it.
To be completely honest, I think if we got an extra goal, they'd just step it up again, probably score again. Yeah. If I'm being totally honest, it doesn't feel like they're putting it.
You have to kill them.
Are they just conserving energy for their league game in the weekend, wherever they're at?
That seems too disrespectful to say, but I do feel like they've probably got an extra gear to give.
Yeah, possibly.
And I think they probably don't expect City to score. How many more do we need? 3 more to take it to extra time.
Take pens now, wouldn't you?
I'd absolutely take penalties right now.
So we are not far away from half time. My goodness me, PSG are coming through. Oh, that's so selfish. Was that Barclay came in down the right hand side, going through one goal, and there was a couple of bodies in midfield that he really should have passed to, and he ended up shooting, and Sanchez made a save, and I don't think his teammates there who were in the box would have appreciated that. CJ, 2 minutes to go until half time. I guess so far so good.
So far so good. 1-0 is a dangerous scoreline. Managed to get him to half time, and let's try and see if we can get a second. Now, obviously, on paper, Leverkusen are out. They have to bring the game to us. The longer we keep it at 1-0, the better. If they make it open, as we've shown in the Champions League, we can score some goals tonight. And I do think Kai Havertz is going to have a big part to play in this game. So just keep it going. Let's at least, at the very minimum, see it out as a goal lead till half time.
Yeah, dangerous ball stood up there from the left-hand side, but that's in Capeyu who deals with that quite well. And another header. Abby, there's Todd Bowley at Stamford Bridge, isn't he? In the posh seats, and I reckon if he bumps into a few Chelsea fans on the way out, I reckon a few would love to give their thoughts on where Chelsea are at to Todd Bowley.
I think they probably will be giving their thoughts to Todd Bowley if they see him. I think that Chelsea fans would just be absolutely in disbelief.
Ref, what are you going to do?
At what's happened to their football club. Absolute disbelief when you think about who Chelsea are, the pedigree they have, especially in Europe. Let's talk about that. The fact that they're getting beat 7-2 currently. And realistically, I can't see a second half where they manage to not concede with this back line.
They have chances, to be fair, but João Pedro wants a penalty. He got to the byline, got the wrong side of his man, and was sort of shoved to the floor. And I think that's one of those that happens in the middle of the park, it's always given as a free kick. Yeah. But in the box, those are ones that just don't get given in the box, do they? No. It really is fascinating as to where Chelsea are at, and I don't know. If Chelsea finish season off badly, Abby, I do wonder if the ownership will look at Rosenior and almost sort of see if they feel confident going into a new season with him.
Do you know what? This is incredibly hypocritical of me talking about it from my club's point of view.
You're allowed to give an opinion on Chelsea.
Well, I was going to say, because you can't keep sacking the manager, which again...
They can,
and it sounds very hypocritical as being a Spurs fan when you do know that the board is essentially the biggest problem. But a board like Chelsea that does continuously sack managers... I don't think Rosenior is I don't think he's a wrong decision. I think Maresca was fine. I don't think there was any need to sack Maresca, but obviously Maresca didn't want to be there.
He asked for
the sacking. But this is not on. I don't think this is necessarily on Rosenior. I think the biggest problems at Chelsea are the recruitment.
There's issues in spite of his incapabilities.
Which is the same thing as when I talk about my own club. And that's why, yes, it's hypocritical to say Chelsea have the same issue, but they do have the same issue on a different scale. Mine is obviously a much longer running thing.
Sure.
Chelsea, though, from where they were to where they are since Roman left, complete different parallels. And I think that is unacceptable for Chelsea fans. It's unacceptable for Chelsea Football Club for the standard that they've set and what they've won. Pretty much year in, year out as well. They've gone even away from that. They're not even a cup team, and Chelsea always will say they measure their success on winning trophies.
That's what Quaku says all the time.
They're absolutely nowhere near it.
Abby, just one on Spurs. Was there part of you that was a bit happy for Igor Tudor? Because I did, the way you celebrated and then he got a bit... really?
I literally couldn't care less about Igor Tudor. He's there to do a job, and I'll thank him if he keeps us up.
Yeah,
I've got nothing. I literally have not. No.
Did you see it behind the manager, man?
Did you see the interview, Pat, on TV after the game?
Yeah, I thought. Like, just mate, do your job. I've never seen a manager come in and have such a poor start. It's 6 or 7 games. I think, actually, sorry, 5 or 6 games he faffed about. Back three, playing players out of position. He still did it the other day as well.
Poor Rose
like,
centre half.
In all honesty, I don't have any affiliation to you. I literally don't care if I ever see you again after this season. All I care about, keep us up. That's what you're here to do. If you do that, I'll give you praise. I don't need to praise you for doing your job.
That's fair. I also probably asked for. But
yes, you did make us look.
Yeah, I also
decent.
probably, because I went on a big Richarlison rant about how bad he is, it was also probably inevitable that he was going to score
But he always scores against you.
Yeah, but then normally we score at the other end and it's really funny.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Sunday wasn't.
I did say before, though, I am not entirely sure if it's a false dawn, so I will wait till Sunday to...
Sunday, by the way, is absolutely mahoosive. Spurs Forest and West Ham Villa at the same time, by the way. And obviously we've got the Carabao Cup final afterwards. Yeah, we should be great. So looking forward to Sunday show. And the time with Derby as well, at 12 o'clock as well. Kim, what's Ruben Diaz moaning at?
I can't really figure it. He's just fouled Arda Güler, but I think the throw-in was already given to City. I think he's probably moaning about how long Güler was on the floor for, which he certainly didn't need to be. He's probably also a little bit embarrassed about what just happened to him about 10 minutes ago, where he looked like Bambi on ice. So,
Ruben Diaz still really good in your opinion?
No.
Not anymore.
No. Ruben Diaz hasn't been that great for quite some years.
Oh, really?
I don't think so. I think John Stones, just like he did with Harry Maguire's England career, has made him look a lot better than he is.
Well, no, we'll see. Nothing silly here. Vinny Jr. has gone down. Not a red card. Give it a yellow. Yeah, he's given a yellow card there. Vinny Jr. spun. Was it Kuzanov? And,
I think that was Ruben.
It was Kuzanov. And he's gone down holding his face, and he's still on the floor holding his face. And he was one of those where you wondered where there was a.
It looked a bit like an elbow.
It did look elbowy.
It did look a bit elbowy. Let's
Nothing.
have a look. I can't even tell if he's done anything wrong there at all, actually.
Look at the left arm.
No.
Oh, no. I don't think there's any contact with his face, does he?
No, there's nothing.
I don't think he doesn't touch him, does he?
I don't think there's anything.
No. I think with the left arm kind of caught him, maybe more like on the shoulder arm.
I mean, it looked at the time, it looked bad.
Yeah.
So I can see why the referee.
I do think the left arm kind of came round.
Yeah.
But I don't
Do
think
you rate Kushner?
Yeah, I really like him a lot. Yeah, I think he's a really, really good player.
I can't work it out. 1 minute I'm hot, then I'm cold. I can't work it out. Don't know. I need some water.
What's wrong? What's the matter with you this evening?
I don't know. I literally can't work out if I'm hot or I'm cold. I think because I was drinking the tea, I got hot, then I've stopped drinking the tea, and now I'm cold again.
Ruben Diaz, better be careful here, Kim. I mean, I did like, given the fact that he's captain. Yeah, you're right. Like, I mean, I was
he's really angry about something, and I can't quite figure out exactly what. I don't know if he's frustrated at the penalty decision, the red card. I don't think the referee's had a particularly good performance. There's a few big fouls that he's missed on the edge of the area for City. Maybe he's frustrated at that. I can't tell.
Yeah, by the way, I've just seen the video of Brahim Diaz cooking Ruben Diaz. He sends him to the shops.
He really does. It's quite embarrassing.
He kind of puts him on his. Backside twice, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah. God, it's absolutely.
He falls quite far back.
Do you reckon Maya Jammer's got the ick or not?
Well, that would give me the ick. He gave me the ick, certainly.
Yeah. Can you get the ick from him?
Yeah.
I guess if you're playing in the Champions League, probably not. I mean, do you know what? I've got to say, by the way, the game's just stopped for 3 minutes, hasn't it? Here.
Yeah.
It's absolutely not. I mean, maybe City aren't helping themselves as well, but the referee's going to blow.
What was the point? You should have just blown for half
anyway,
time.
Right, we're going to have a break now. Man City 1, Real Madrid 1. Arsenal 1 by Leverkusen 0. Chelsea 0, PSG 2. Let's take a couple minutes. Back in a couple minutes' time on talkSPORT Goals.
Is getting it tonight. A shocking week for the Chelsea.
What do you mean?
Pumped. Look, they got slapped by PSG.
What do you mean?
Got slapped by Newcastle. And then got slapped with a transfer ban.
What do you mean?
It's been a slapping week. Slap, 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 slap. Chelsea, slap. Get your calls in, you want to have your say. 03 717 22 33 44.
Do you know what's amazing? Before the game, it wasn't me. We had a meeting with the referee. My assistant goes in. The first thing he talks about is our huddle.
Chelsea 0, Newcastle 1. It's just one straight long pass through the middle. It really is awful defending from Chelsea. And when Murphy lays the ball off, there is Anthony Gordon literally to walk the ball home.
My players made a decision that they wanted to be around the ball, to respect the ball.
What signs have you seen?
I've seen signs.
What signs?
Encouraging signs.
What's happening?
Hello, mate.
How are you?
I'm all right. I've had better weeks.
Yeah? What happened?
Not gonna lie.
What happened?
Do you know when you know things are bad? Is where Spurs pick up a point and got beat by 5-2 in the middle.
Don't worry about me, mate.
And you lot have had a better week than Chelsea.
Don't worry about us. What happened at Chelsea,
That's
mate?
when you know things are bad.
What's happened?
Well, you know, so it happens, mate. Bad weeks happen.
No.
That's a bad week.
A very good evening and welcome back to talkSPORT Gold. This is brought to you by Final One Standing, new from William Hill, 18 plus, the Gamble Aware Dog. Terms and conditions apply. Sam Ellard, Kim Qatari, Abby Summers, CJ the Ludaguna with you. And what has been, let's be honest, a pretty fun and action-packed night of Champions League football so far. Sporting beat Bodo Glimt 5-0. They were 3 down from the first leg. And Sporting, who were currently on their longest winners run in the knockout stages of major European competitions, have produced one of the great comebacks in Champions League history. Sporting 5, Bodo Glimt 0. The fairy tale for Bodo Glimt unfortunately comes to an end, and my goodness me, it comes to an end in pretty brutal fashion. Arsenal leading by Leverkusen 1-0 thanks to a thunderbolt from Eberechi Eze. 2-1 up on aggregate. Chelsea 0, PSG 2. Been a bad night so far for Chelsea. Some of their defending has been absolutely shambolic and pathetic. PSG are unbeaten in the last 5 games against English teams in the Champions League, and PSG, excuse me, are looking to progress from their 4th consecutive Champions League knockout stage tie against English opponents previously against Liverpool, Villa and Arsenal all of last season. Chelsea losing their last 3 in the knockout stages of the Champions League, and Man City 1, Real Madrid 1. In what has been, Kim, a pretty chaotic 45 minutes of football.
Yeah, I mean, you are a neutral. It's been a good game for the neutral, hasn't it?
Both ties have been really, really good.
It's really disappointing because I genuinely don't feel like we deserve to be 4-1 down. The penalties killed us, and it was a penalty, and I really can't. If penalty and red cards killed us, I can't have any qualms with that. But I think as fans who spend a lot of money watching your team, all you really want, which is why I understand why you get so frustrated, all you really want is for them to show fight. And they've shown a lot of fight, City, today. I know Bernardo Silva made a big mistake, and that was just brainless, and as you say, maybe a little bit of instinct to play. But the first 10 minutes was fantastic. They looked like they genuinely believed that they could win the game. They're putting everything on the line. Kusanov's making great blocks. Donnarumma's made a few really good saves, and they're trying their hardest. We're just left too little, too late because of what happened in the first leg, which, again, to be honest, I don't feel like we played that badly. We just got caught 3 times, and that can happen with a team who's still probably gelling together. Obviously, that was Mark Gay, who'd never played in the Champions League before as well. So those kind of things can happen. I'm not watching this game, and I'm not particularly devastated. I think we've shown a good fight. I didn't think we were going to win the Champions League anyway. There is a little bit of me, if I'm being honest, if we score a goal within the first 10 minutes, I do think maybe we could do it. I've still got a little bit of hope. I think an early goal genuinely will make me believe. I'm crazy, aren't I? But it's the hope that kills you.
Yeah,
but there's a glimmer. Right? There's a glimmer in there.
CJ, Arsenal won by Leverkusen 0, and Arsenal lead thanks to a pretty special goal.
special goal from Eze, a thunderbolt, as we said, when it went on in real time. You know, to be fair, Leverkusen have given as good as they've got. They've had a fair amount of possession. They have had half chances. To be honest, we've been the better team. We've had more possession. We've obviously scored the goal. If I was very critical, I think we've had low level, but we've had a couple of half chances that obviously if we score and create chances, we make more daylight between the sides. But, you know, we're doing what we need to do, man. And it's 2-1. The onus is on them to come out in the second half. Let's just manage the game, get through to the next round, and then turn our attention to Sunday.
Yeah, so if Arsenal do get through, it would be Sporting they play in the quarterfinals after they got through. Chelsea 0, PSG 2. I mean, Abby, from a defensive point of view, I mean, we looked at Chelsea's back four, didn't we, before a ball was kicked tonight, and when we sort of thought, my goodness me, Sanchez, Hato, Sarr, Chalobah and Cucurella is a good player, but it's a pretty young and inexperienced back four. And I mean, the first goal in particular, young Sarr, he has an absolute stinker, doesn't he?
Yeah, absolute stinker. I think I can't understand from a managerial point of view, irrelevant of the fact that Fofana didn't have a good game against Newcastle. I can't understand in a game like this where you're 5-2 down at home, you don't play your best back line.
Throwing the young boy to the walls.
Really. I don't think he knows what his best back line is.
No, but I think anybody that with...
Did you genuinely?
No, I would have said Fofana and Chalobah, but I do think, Abby, that possibly maybe Fofana's a bit out of form.
Yeah, he is out of form, but he's better than Malang Sarr, like, respectfully. And I think the fact that you don't have Fofana and you don't have Chalobah there in your back line, I would even argue like Achampong's been actually even better as well. I think that, yeah, you look at that back line and it's just, you're already 5-2 down. Play your best players. I think that's an oversight in itself. And now you've got it all too. But I do look at Chelsea and I think they're a mixed bag. I think you have got areas that they have got loads of quality, but then you have areas where you don't. I don't think someone like Delap, or I don't think like Gu is good enough. I don't think Tosin is good enough. No way do I think he is. I think Palmer's way off it. I think Neto can be hot and cold. Obviously, João Pedro's hit some form. I think that they really like Andre Santos, but obviously he's young. And again, like that is a bit of a mixed bag. Caicedo should do better for the second goal. And Sanchez, again, it's 50-50 sometimes. He's had a better season, but I don't look at that team. And I know that you can look at Chelsea on their day, and you were saying before, Kim, that you think that there is a team there. And like they're one or two players where I think they're so far off of it. I can't see Chelsea being back to where Chelsea were in terms of really being competitive for quite some time. I really can't.
Two of the epic boosts came in, by the way, in the first half with William Hill, Erling Haaland to score any time. That came in on the epic boost, as did Arsenal to lead at half time. Both were boosted to evens in the second half. Arsenal short to win 1-10. Chelsea to turn it around on the night 14-1. And Man City 11-5. All with our very good friends at William Hill 18+. The Gambler Terms and conditions apply.
Chelsea handed a suspended transfer ban and fined £10.75 million after secret payments to players and unlicensed agents helped facilitate transfer deals in the Abramovich era. So many people are suggesting here this morning that Chelsea have, in their own eyes, got off with one. Of course, Stefan is with us, and in his words, Stefan, you have said you feel the punishment handed to Chelsea is extremely lenient. But Simon, can I put this to you? How isolated do you think this was? Illicit payments to players and agents to facilitate transfers. Was this just Chelsea?
I would doubt it. My nose tells me that it's not necessarily an industry standard practice, but notwithstanding that, I still think there's lots of people that operate in certain ways within football that I've seen and been privy to. And my nose tells me that it wouldn't be just isolated to Chelsea. I mean, the reaction to it, if I was in football now and it was my Crystal Palace had been, I remember getting promoted to the Premier League and been summoned to a meeting by Philip French, the head of comms, and Richard Scudamore to advise me how they expected me to behave in the Premier League, which I told them to blow them out their arse. So I would have probably been full of outrage at the same time as a balanced commercial mind, knowing that the big six are in part the value in the Premier League. So the balance between this outrage about their inappropriate behaviour would also be in the commercial reality of the value that they add to the league. So, you know, I'd have a bit of both in my mind. But listen, inherently, the liabilities to operate in a certain way have to be governed and enforced by those that are in positions of influence.
Hello and welcome back to talkSPORT Goals. It is brought to you by Final One Standing, new from William Hill, 18 plus. The Gamble Aware Dog. Terms and conditions apply. Sam Ellard, CJ Deluda Gutner, Abby Summers, Kim Kataria with you on a busy night of Champions League football. Bodo Glimt were 3 up against Sporting. They lost 5-0, went out 5-3 on aggregate. Arsenal won by Leverkusen 0. Arsenal now 2-1 up on aggregate after 1-1 from the first leg. It was a really good goal, a lovely goal from Eberechi Eze. Chelsea 0, Paris Saint-Germain 2. It has not been a good night so far for Chelsea, 7-2 down on aggregate. Chelsea have made a substitution as well at half-time. Achipong come on for Sarr, which feels possibly a little bit too late. Sarr had an absolute Western super for the PSG first goal. Man City 1, Real Madrid 1. Man City were 3 down from the first leg. Started the game really, really well. Missed a lot of good chances. They went down to 10 men. Vinny Jr. scoring a penalty. They did equalise on 41 minutes. And Kim, 4-1 on aggregate after, a game and a half. It just feels quite brutal, doesn't it, on Man City?
Yeah, it feels a bit unjustified. I certainly don't think that we've played well enough over the 2 legs to go through, but it feels a little bit unjustified that the tie is looking like it's on its way to being over. I do genuinely believe if we get an early goal, anything can happen, but it does seem that almost every single Real Madrid attack is a really, really dangerous one. It seems like all they need to do is play one good ball from the defence, and it's basically 2-on-2 every time. But I do think that we could potentially do it. Couldn't we?
I mean, you could. I love you. I mean, Abby, I've got to say, his optimism is pretty remarkable. You seem to be more optimistic at half-time, needing 3 goals with 10 men, than you were before a ball was kicked.
I mean...
Yeah, but we've had so many chances.
Yeah, you have, but a lot of those came before.
Nah, I think, honestly, I think everything's going to be fine. I think everything's just going to be fine. We're going to get an early goal and then we'll see what happens.
In fairness, I'm just actually having a look. Like, I mean, I know we've had the eye test anyway, but like momentum-wise, it has pretty much been...
Yeah. One-way traffic.
For the most part. I mean, total shots 10, 5. Actually, you're both completely matched. 10-10, 5-5. Your XG has been 1.23. Their XG has been 2.06.
The Vinny Jr. one's a big miss as well.
Yeah,
yeah, that's true. The Vinny Jr.
But generally, like...
Put this one again.
It's not bad.
You've done me still.
I've done
Look
that.
at your form.
I know.
It's a disgrace.
I know.
It's a disgrace. That's 2 wins in your last 5.
Hold on. Why would Nathan Ake and Mark Gay be coming on?
Really?
And they're
Madrid are stopping the goalkeeper.
Oh, that is humiliating.
Okay, firstly, is Thibaut Courtois being rested? I mean, that would be absolutely hilarious, wouldn't it?
If they're resting Thibaut Courtois, that is super embarrassing.
And Pep Guardiola is bringing on 2 defenders at half-time, Kim.
I don't understand.
Can you try and help us understand?
No.
Is that impossible?
No, I don't understand. I can understand maybe Mark Gay coming on. He wants him to give him a few more minutes.
I think Diaz is coming off on a yellow, maybe.
Yeah, potentially. The Nathan Ake one, I'd be interested to see who he's come on for. I assume it's Ryan Aït-Nouri, or is it Kusanov? I don't know, and I can't understand why.
He's definitely come on for Diaz.
Trossard.
Oh, Trossard with a great shot from 25 yards out, just goes over the bar. Yeah, it's Gatekeeper for Diaz, and I'm trying to see.
I'm
trying to find out.
I can't figure that out at all.
No. We're figuring it out.
It would be Aït-Nouri, wouldn't it? No, life for life. Is trying to? Is he gone for the?
Does it seem like Aït-Nouri is still on the pitch? I tell you what, though, if they've rested Courtois for the second half, and I don't think they
would have done that. I'm sure he's injured. Yeah. I should say I was joking when I said that. I don't think.
Ake and Gahey come on for City.
Come on, play to the whistle, boys.
Bear with me. They still haven't actually said.
I'll tell you what. Did anyone there know?
Does anyone know?
who Nathan Ake has come on for?
Find
Reinders, Kim. Reinders, which is obviously.
What? Send it.
Why would he take Reinders off? Get in pet mode. Get the flannel shirt on. Go on. Tell us.
I'm speechless. I'm absolutely speechless. Also, can we just very, very quickly, I know it's beside the point, let's just see this attack first.
They've gone for a 5-1-3.
I don't get it.
With Doku and Cherki either side of half.
Oh, Vinny Jr.
Can I just quickly ask, just as you're both passionate supporters of your own clubs, if you were having a big home Champions League game where you need to overturn a 3-0 deficit and your manager came out in a flannel shirt, do you think that's acceptable? Should it not be a suit for the big occasions?
If I was a
roll-neck jumper at the least.
I had obviously Klopp as my manager for many years, and I thought Klopp did it perfectly. Just put on the club trackie, mate. Keep it nice and simple.
A flannel shirt from River Island. It doesn't seem like the right way to go to.
When you're Pep, you can wear what you
I don't
want,
think
man.
that's River. I reckon that's an All Saint shirt.
It could be it could be.
Regardless.
I just think I think club colours or suits for a big Champions League night.
Yeah, but Pep is Pep. Like he likes to mix it up.
And he looks good.
And I'll let you know I'll let you know what Igor Tudor wears tomorrow night. Yeah, it's turn over a 3-goal deficit.
Yeah, I do feel like there's got to be one twist for the Premier League clubs. It doesn't look like it's coming from us. It's definitely not coming from Chelsea. It could come from you.
Do you know what the weirdest thing is? It would be the most Tottenham thing for it to come from Tottenham because it's a competition that we absolutely do not need to be in at this current moment in time with what we've got on our plate. And I could see us doing something ridiculous like that as well.
It's a competition that you actually shouldn't want to be in.
I don't want to be in it. I want to be in the Premier League.
Do you think Newcastle beat Barca?
Yeah,
I think that's going to be a really good game tomorrow.
I think Newcastle will qualify. I think they were much better in the first. They were very unlucky.
I know, but when you actually go to the new camp, I think that's a different kettle of fish. I do think
they'll play well. Barca will go.
Yeah, I think they will. I mean, look, you're going to score against Barca. Barca cannot.
That's the thing with that high line. It's Newcastle's quick front three. There's.
I think it should be. I think it should be a good game tomorrow night. We've got good games. What do you think about you? What do you think about Liverpool?
Oh, Abby, honestly, I'm so not confident. I'll be honest with you. I'm not confident at all. I haven't been confident in us going into a game of football. And I know obviously Spurs were so bad, and you've been in such bad form. But honestly, Abby, I didn't want to look for you for sympathy, but I wasn't confident going into Sunday just because of how we're playing. Everything about us. Oh, Gyökeres does hit it. Keep makes a decent save.
You know, that's actually such a crazy statement that you're saying that because bear in mind we're talking about Spurs who hadn't won in. I think we hadn't won in 12.
Yeah, late December, I think it was.
Yeah, we hadn't. The last time we won was 28th of December.
Yeah.
Coming to Anfield, where we hadn't won since 2011.
I know.
And the form we're in, where everybody eats against Tottenham. It is literally buffet central. And the fact that you didn't
I love
think
a buffet
that,
so much.
I know, we all love a buffet,
honestly.
Sam.
We know.
All you can eat. All you can eat.
Whoa.
You came for the hair before.
Crikey.
Oh, yeah, I just clocked. Oh, that was horrible. Yeah, I just realised. I just need to.
Kim.
You called me carpet head.
Yeah.
I called you carpet head.
Under the belt there.
That hurt. No, don't. Babe.
No, Sam, don't be like
that. Don't. Anyway, back to all you can eat Spurs. Back to Tottenham.
Yeah. We didn't enjoy that buffet, did we, on Sunday?
Yeah, you really didn't. You didn't have any of the buffet.
Oh, Holland! Oh, we got to score, Kim!
My God.
It's not his day today.
He's taken off the floor with him.
It's a good. The first one's a really good save.
Ball in from the left. Haaland makes a decent connection with it. Keeper does well, Kim. You're right. He does push it in the danger area. And then Haaland goes over. CJ, why are Real Madrid so bad, even with 10 men for City?
It's just not. It's just what we're accustomed to. Real Madrid. Real Madrid. I've seen them. They're a team that they will give you chances, but you have to kill them. And City have had chances this whole game so far. They just haven't done the most difficult thing in football, which is putting the ball in the back of the net.
That got a bit of a deflection, actually, that took it back into the keeper's path, which is a bit unlucky.
They could win. City could genuinely win regardless of being down to 10 men. Whether they'll go through is a completely different entity in a conversation.
Is anyone watching these games and sort of looking at PSG, looking at Arsenal, looking at Madrid and thinking that, they'll be there or thereabouts in the final? Is anyone that convincing?
With the chance for me.
Who was that, sorry?
Chance?
City could be in here.
Oh, that's awful from Nunez.
Poor from him.
Yeah,
Are you looking at any of these games and looking at you're thinking, oh, that's definitely a potential winner? Are you particularly impressed by anyone so far?
I look at PSG over the two legs and I think that they're reigning champions, aren't they? I would never rule them out. And again, I look at Madrid and I say I would never rule them out. This is their competition, realistically.
Bayern and maybe look at the
Bayern, Bayern. Those are the three that I think most people will have on their bingo card, realistically.
I think there's been a lot of discourse this year about the Premier League being at a lower standard, but I do wonder if that's just across the board. There's not that many teams I'm looking at. Even this PSG team seem very get-outable. Barcelona kind of the same. I suppose Bayern Munich are probably the only ones, but even then...
Well, they've got things in
they haven't really...
The European team feel a bit more clinical maybe than the English team. Like, you look at PSG and Real Madrid.
Yeah, when it gets to the business stage.
Yeah, that kind of experience, that kind of know-how.
It's not a clear favourite.
Yeah, and they've probably got... Yeah, they've got better European experience, and they've probably got better killers, don't they? They've probably got better people to put the ball.
Has the Premier League maybe gone away from that as well in terms of speaking a lot about the physicality now and the way the kind of style of play changed?
I think the Premier League's in a bit of a weird phase at the moment where it doesn't really know what it wants to be. I think Arsenal winning the league is going to show a blueprint for way more pragmatic, not glamorous style of football, which I don't think is going to be good for the rest of the league. But I just think it's in a bit of a weird...
Would you think other teams are going to try and follow that now?
I think anyone that wins, teams usually try and copy that method. Like when Pep won the treble, doing that inverted
Hampden trying to play from the back.
Yeah, everyone was doing it. So I think, and I think that will make the quality a little poorer because I don't think Arsenal have been great to watch, and I do think that the Premier League is just in a bit of a transition.
I agree.
In the same way City is.
I think it's in a bit of a lull at the moment. I think it generally, like, the Premier League is quite boring to watch this season. We have the odd game, the odd moment, whatever, but you know, the most exciting thing that we're looking at the moment is probably the relegation battle in the Premier League. I think you also have a look at the style of play, like you mentioned, and this season everyone is very far away from it. There is a lot of emphasis on your throw-ins and defending, physicality. And actually you can see the drop-off when you have a look at attacking players. Arsenal are going to win the league, and it's not going to be down to their attacking players. It's not.
We need to keep working on. Nothing's been decided. Like, we need to keep working.
Look at Liverpool, for example. Obviously Isak didn't hit the ground running even before the leg break, but at the same time, it's taken a long time to get and see some of the best out of Wirtz and Ekitike. You look at Chelsea, you look at João Pedro, for example, that didn't start off that way. He's hit a rich vein of form at the moment. Obviously Tottenham nowhere near it, have had no attacking players in all honesty for a lot of the season. And City, like Haaland, again off to a blinder, but then just a massive low in that as well. There's not so much emphasis on being good in terms of passing and range of passing and about being that tick-attack of football that we love. It
happened really quickly though, doesn't it?
It is as if literally everyone got the memo that this season it was going to be about long balls and it was going to be about defending, and we've gone totally away from it. And there was something I saw a few weeks ago. There was a video, I think that I think Cams did it. I think Coach Cams did it, and he said that if you go back 10 years and look at the passes, the passes of the ball, and it used to be all midfielders, and now you look at it and it's centre backs and defenders, and you just see the change in which direction the league has gone. And
come on,
it's for someone that wants to watch the best league in the world and the spectacle of it, I think it's a shame, because that's not what I think the Premier League is. I don't get excited necessarily by long throws and set pieces.
No, I agree.
And that isn't a dig at Arsenal, by the way, because win your league however you want to win your league. At the end of the day, you would have done it in the way you want to do it. Same as when Chelsea used to do it in a similar style. But I just think for a neutral and as the biggest league in the world and that has the most money in it, am I necessarily entertained week in, week out? No, I'm not.
And everything comes in cycles and it will go back to that again.
But I look forward to it.
But I agree. And I think a lot of us were expecting all the English teams to progress in the Champions League, and it doesn't look like that at all. I mean,
it could just be one.
Yeah,
it could just be one.
But the cockiness of us, because this is where I think the group stage of this new Champions League is also a bit crazy. God.
Shoot.
So Man City are absolutely hammering Real Madrid here.
Finisher,
they hammered them for 25 minutes of the first half. So more than that, in all honesty.
This is a remarkable game of football. Where, like, if you didn't know we had 10 men, you'd assume it was Real Madrid because
Madrid can just sit back. They don't need to. They're 4-1 up. What were we just saying before that? We were just talking about something important.
About the physicality of the league?
No.
Changing?
There was something else we were talking about. You said it.
The arrogance of the Premier League teams thinking that we're better.
Yes, thank you. League format. Thank you to whoever reminded me, Marco. Yeah, league format. Like, it's very easy when you think about the new style of Champions League to get carried away. Obviously, Arsenal finishing top, Liverpool finished top last season. Somehow Tottenham finished fourth, which is absolutely absurd that Tottenham could finish fourth in the Champions League table, right? And also be unbeaten, I think, 25 in European games. Mental stat. I think that can kind of just defer you away from actually what's going on. It makes you feel a bit cocky that, oh my God, look how good English teams are. And then when you get to like the actual knockout stages of it, you've kind of been lured into a little bit of a false sense of security thinking that. And now you're seeing teams where, you don't have games to rectify yourself, and it might work out as the games go on. Like we saw with PSG last season, they were really poor when they went to Arsenal and they lost the game. Then you would get into the knockout stages and they just blow everybody away, really, and then they go and win the whole thing. So the new the new layout, I think that we need to start probably taking that next season with maybe a little bit of a pinch of salt.
Don't get too carried away.
Don't get too carried away, and I think let's just finish. You know,
But to be fair though, the conversation we were having before that was we were trying to name other top European teams that are looking really good and scaring the life out of us. And to be fair, we were struggling to name that many other European teams
out of the basic ones.
Haaland's coming up,
looking really, really
But don't you think that we should be talking about the English teams in that breath? Like it's kind of a strange time. If you go back in time,
well,
go on.
Do you know what else is strange, Abby? What we're just seeing right now, because Man City need to score 3 goals in the Champions League knockout game, and Erling Haaland's being substituted.
I don't think that's a bad thing. Do you?
No, I think if Haaland was off for the 2 legs, we'd be in a much better position. If Marmoush was playing and Semenyo was playing as a front 2, I think we'd be.
What's happened, Kim? At the start, to be honest.
What's happened, Kim, to Erling Haaland over the last? Because even just looking at him there, the way he's coming off, he's just not looking the same person.
It doesn't seem like it. I don't think he can be fit. I don't think he can be fit. And I think the problem with someone who is as good as Erling Haaland and who has scored so many goals, by the way, he's our top scorer this year with 29 goals. And the problem with having a player who is that good and is that dominant, it means that they always get on the team sheet, even if they're not 100% fit. And Pep Guardiola relies on Erling Haaland too much. Haaland has probably, since Christmas, been 70% fit at absolute best. You can tell.
Do we know what it is? Has Pep spoken about what the problem is? And also, Kim,
when I say 70%, I'm talking...
Why hasn't it been sorted?
When I say 70%, I'm talking either 70% physical or 70% mental. Because I'm watching these games and he doesn't have the same energy to get in the middle of the box.
Sure.
He's not pressing the goalkeeper like he used to. He's not attacking from the front. He's not getting in positions. And that's his whole game. And when he doesn't do that, because he's not the Aguero type of player who's going to pick the ball up in the midfield and make something happen. When he doesn't do that, he is kind of just wasted. So when we've got Omar Marmoush, who cost us 70 million, when we've got Antoine Semenyo, who cost us 65 million, both of them can put the ball in the back of the net. Both of them can attack really well. They should be playing. If Erling Haaland is off form, or if Erling Haaland is 70% mentally or 70% physically, he shouldn't be playing.
Sorry to cut across you, Kim, there, but it's another outstanding goal for PSG. And it's Chelsea 0, PSG 3. It's a thunderbolt effort from outside the box, left-footed shot into the back of the net. Chelsea 0, PSG 3. They are leading 8-2 on aggregate. It is an awful night for Chelsea. And you can only imagine what the atmosphere is going to be like inside Stamford Bridge. Kim Batter, so do you possibly think that one of the criticisms for Pep is the fact, you can see there, lots of fans have said, that's it, 61 minutes, I'm gone. So possibly, do you think Pep should have been a little bit more ruthless with Erling Haaland and made big decisions in big games to maybe drop him? Or is it because it's Haaland? You can understand why he's picking him.
It's just really hard, isn't it? You go to the Bernabeu and you've got probably the best striker in Premier League history in your team, and he's saying that he's fit and he's saying he wants to play. It's really hard to drop him. I don't necessarily blame Pep, but I do think that you have to make these big decisions sometimes, and sometimes it's better in the long run. I also think that we've spent £70 million on Marmoush, and his growth is just going to be massively stunted, that he can't even play, even when Haaland is playing at probably his worst in a City shirt over the last 3 months. And Marmoush still can't get a game. So that must be really frustrating for him. I love Haaland, obviously. As I said, I do think he's the best Premier League striker of all time. I think he's amazing. I think since January, he's been a completely different player. And I would rather him not be playing. At the moment, I'd rather him not play.
Oh! Declan! Hey! He loves the Champions League night at the Emirates. Thank you, man. We're through to the next round. Thank you, Declan, man. He always leads by example. Thank you. Good luck to all the other British teams in the tournament. Thank you, man. All focus to, Sunday.
It is Arsenal 2, Bayer Leverkusen 0. Arsenal 3-1 up now on aggregate. And Declan Rice with a lovely right-footed finish into the bottom corner. To surely seal Arsenal's place in the 2 goals from open play. 2 very good goals from open play. But that's something, CJ, that you want to see Declan Rice doing. And something that we have seen more of Declan Rice, that ability to get forward and score goals from that type of position, right?
100%, man. You probably more saw it this season from Zubimendi. Since Declan Rice has obviously signed for Arsenal Football Club, he's added goals to his game. That's what you want from Rice. There's not a single facet of being on a football field that I think Rice can't do. And what a time to get a goal. Couldn't tell you the last time he scored, but what a time to get. I love him.
I remember doing the Arsenal Madrid game with you last season.
Crazy, innit? Yeah.
By the way, what a finish as well. He sets it up outside of the left-hand post.
Ridiculous.
And
future captain.
He literally, he bends it in, doesn't he, into the bottom corner. Abby, that's an outstanding finish, isn't it? He's like he keeps taking his game, doesn't he, Declan Rice, to new levels in terms of getting better.
Yeah, it does. I think that he's pivotal in everything that Arsenal do. In them winning the league, he is a key cog in that.
Got to keep working.
Between him and Gabriel, like if you take those two out, I don't think they function in remotely the same way. But you have to look at the spine of their team. Like you build a spine, and that's what wins you a league. You've got David Raya, who's been exceptional. You've got Gabriel, who's been exceptional. You've got Declan Rice, and I think that's what we always said, that they needed someone up front to be like that missing piece. Turns out they didn't necessarily need that in Victor Gyökeres, so all credit to Declan Rice.
It's CJ. We were talking on Sunday about who should win Player of the Year, and there's no doubt that Bruno Fernandes is having an unbelievable season. It's an argument with Arsenal that you've got so many players who have just been the same in terms of being so good, or do you think there has been a player who's been the standout player for Arsenal this season?
Listen, it's got to be between Saliba, Gabriel Magalhaes or Declan Rice, as Abby was alluding to, the spine of my team. To be fair, even David Raya. Now, unfortunately for David Raya, he's a goalie. You only see them when they make a mistake. But yeah, man, one of them lot.
I'd
go Magalhaes personally.
I think Gabriel more so.
It's about time Magalhaes, but definitely speaking for an Arsenal fan, I think Gabriel Magalhaes, deserves a bit more of a limelight. Like, even if we go back to the 2022-23 season, it's almost like Saliba was the favourite child, Gabriel Magalhaes was a bit of the dark horse. It's taken Arsenal fans a long time to really buy into Magalhaes, but to be honest, win the league, I don't really care for individual awards.
I think he's come on a lot, though. I think that for the first couple of seasons, he was a bit wayward, and I think that he did.
Yeah, Abby, I hear that, and you're not wrong.
A mistake in him.
No, but you're not wrong. But it's like if one's Saliba and one's Gabriel, and they both make a mistake on a Saturday, it's like everyone kind of hushes about.
Well,
used to hush about Saliba and make noise about Magalhaes.
That's because of the history of it. That Saliba kind of,
and even last year he was better.
Kind of came in having this kind of Rolls Royce-esque tag on him, and Gabriel was the one that kind of needed lifting. We talk about A and B sided centre backs when it comes to Chelsea, and I think that a lot of the time that you kind of thought that Saliba was going to be the A sided centre back, but actually I think that's completely changed in the last 3 seasons since that first one where you came close and you were playing really good football, but then you did bottle it towards the end. I think that Gabriel was at fault for still some of that, but the amount he's improved over the last 3 seasons, the way that
goal for Man City, is he onside? He's offside.
You never know, but Doku's reaction is telling.
I know. Why didn't he just pass it early? It was so obvious. The pass was on the whole way.
That is really frustrating. Doku got played through on goal. From who had the ball, Kim? Who played the pass?
I think it was
Cherky.
Cherky?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it was Cherky. I mean, you should have played it much sooner. You could have played it there.
I don't know, No, that is off, but I don't know.
Should have played it a lot sooner.
Yeah, and could Doku have just sort of timed his run?
Nah, it's more on the pass, really.
When he goes to on goal, it was a nice finish. The offside flag went up. Sorry, I've interrupted you.
No, I was just saying about Gabriel and Saliba. I think that there was...
Eze, what are you doing? Eze, what are you doing?
I think there was this whole thing about the A and the B side, and I think that Saliba was the one where it was like, oh, he's so silky smooth, but Gabriel, kind of needs to up his game and level up, and he actually has. Like, credit where it's due. The Gabriel that I saw a few seasons ago, what was it? Maybe it was the City game. Gabriel, whoever it was, I can't remember if it was against Liverpool or against City in particular, but making mistakes, and it was still like Ramsdale was there. I didn't think that they would probably be able to get Gabriel to that level. So credit to him for becoming that A side, because I think that if I had to pick one, obviously in a different parallel universe, I would pick Gabriel over Saliba personally, because I think Gabriel also has that nastiness in him, that little bit of cheat in him, like what you would see from
the
housery, like some of those that he does go down early. And
the very thing we were criticised of not having, Magalhaes embodies that.
Yeah, he's part of the reason I think that it's got rid of the soft underbelly tag for Arsenal, and I think that Declan Rice has been massive for them as well. Like, you look at those two, you'd be hard pressed to find a better spine of a team than David Raya, Gabriel, and Declan Rice.
And we can't forget Timber.
And we obviously throwing Zubimendi as well.
I think Zubimendi's been sensational.
And this is also Arsenal can do now, isn't it, CJ? You can make these sort of 3 changes with 20 minutes to go. Who's that coming on? Martinelli, Norgard, and Mosquera.
Exactly, and just kind of have, obviously you need to do what's in front of you, but kind of have an eye on towards Sunday. Now, obviously I'm just a fan. Eze walking and moving a bit gingerly doesn't fill me with any optimism, especially because Timber is missing because of a knock. But we can start planning towards Sunday's game, and which is a big game against City. Like, there's been a lot of minutes in the legs. Even White, like, it doesn't surprise me White potentially is coming off. Like, this is the part of the season where every manager's kind of got to earn their bread and butter with how they rotate the side and who they play and when they play them.
Arsenal making that change there as one of the three players that's coming off, and CJ giving him a round of applause, and rightly so. That goal was pretty special.
He deserves it, man. Like, his goal was special, obviously against Everton, and today, like, I don't think his general performance is anything to scream and shout about. Obviously tonight beyond the goal, but that's what we want to see from Eze. I want you to be more of a constant threat throughout 90 minutes, and I think you've offered passing lanes, you've connected well. You probably could have had another goal. It's good from Eze, and any player in the attacking ranks that wants to go for any purple patches or wants to decide to score goals for my club, the better, because we're at the business end of the season, Sam.
Just confirmation, it was Mosquera for White, Norgard for Zubimendi, Martinelli for Trossard, Martinelli, and Havertz for Eze. So Havertz and Gyökeres both on the pitch at the same time. Kim, it's still constant Man City pressure.
We played well.
Just not being able to. Yeah, I think you played really well over 2 legs.
We played well today. Just too little, too late. Obviously, the red card just completely killed us. Kylian Mbappe is coming on now, so we'll be sure to lose this game in the end. Because there's no chance that those tired defensive legs...
Look how much space there is there.
I know, there's so much space. Imagine Mbappe in front of that. He's just about to come on. So I expect us to concede more goals. I think we've just got to be tactical now and have an eye towards Sunday as well.
Already?
Yeah, I think
so. Go on,
so.
Sax, come on.
In this, really.
Bro, how? Have we scored that? We must have scored that, boys.
I think he's given a handball, hasn't he?
Ref, VAR, have a look. Keeper, what are you doing? Ref, have a look. The keeper can't do that. There's no place in the game for that.
Arsenal seem to think they've scored. A ball came in towards the back post. Saka headed it into the danger area. Keeper makes a save, and I think that comes off Havertz's left hand.
What's he supposed to do, ref? Just let it go, man.
I don't think he's going to let that go.
I didn't see it. It looks like a perfectly legitimate goal to me, but
I think it comes off the left hand of Havertz and goes into the back of the net. So I'd be surprised if that's allowed to stand.
I don't think this TV's the clearest, man. I don't know what happened there.
We'll see. So Arsenal 2 up, Chelsea 0, PSG 3, Man City 1, Real Madrid 1. I'll throw that to Abby actually via producer Jamie.
Yes, Jamie.
Who again is it not host, well, maybe one day, producer of Inside Chelsea. He says to me, Liam Rosenior's got to go.
Ooh.
Oh, Jay,
that's harsh.
Has he, Abby?
Oh, no.
That's very harsh. Why are you even questioning?
I'm not. I'm trying to find words. I didn't actually expect you to ask or pose such a question. I don't think he's got to go. I mean, there are bigger problems at Chelsea. Look, I'll be honest. 8-2 as a scoreline. I'm pretty sure that Chelsea fans will be saying that is a sackable offence, and he must not be at the club in the morning. But what do you do? Who do you bring in? Like, they are not going to be happy, Chelsea fans.
They're going to bring
unless
the next one that's like him, yeah.
They are not going to be happy unless you have like a Luis Enrique appointment. But Luis Enrique with this team, you can only do so much. At the end of the day, as we said before, the problems come back to the recruitment. It comes back to the ownership. And whoever you have in charge, whether that is Maresca, who had enough, didn't want to be there. You know, they started to actually have something half decent with Poch towards the end of that season. And then they went against what he wanted. So then that was the end of that relationship. And now you've got Rosenior, and I think that with Chelsea there is already a target on Rosenior's back because he's come in through the Clear Lake system. Like, it's kind of like getting a promotion that you didn't really ask for. But yeah, whether or not he was ready for the job, that's a conversation that I think that's more than
100%
fair to
he wasn't.
have.
But I can't begrudge him.
But at the same time, yeah, you're not going to turn down Chelsea if you're given that opportunity.
Exactly.
And
was he able to?
Unless I'll be honest, like I said to you before, as somebody that sits there who has a massive issue with my own ownership and my own board and sacking managers, there does get to a point where you can only sack so many managers when you have to start looking at the board and you say, well, nothing is going to change. It doesn't actually matter who's in charge when the recruitment stays the same. And you had Todd Bowley in Twitter Spaces doing their recruitment, assigning people like Cucurella because Manchester City were interested in them. Like, this is the club that Chelsea have become. And I mean, I would never feel sorry for Chelsea, obviously, because I don't like Chelsea.
Football manager.
But you can't run a club with people who don't understand football.
So I think both possibly could be true. I think everything you've said and people have said about the ownership and the recruitment structure and where the football club is being run is clearly being run in a way that is not fit for purpose in terms of, from a footballing point of view, being able to win trophies. Chelsea's recruitment in the last few years, as has been well said on the show, is about signing young players. But I also do think, if you're looking at Liam Rosenior and you're looking, I'm not going to go in for this. He's a young coach. If you look at what he has done in his career, It's not a lot, right? And then you're asking a young guy, an inexperienced guy, to come into a big football club with big expectations and to manage Chelsea. And I'm not blaming him, but is he out of his depth, Kim?
I think there's a bigger issue. I think there's a wider issue, and I think it partly maybe came from the fact that Vincent Kompany got Burnley relegated and then got the Bayern Munich job. And the bigger issue now is that these young managers, there's no sense of practicality whatsoever. They have their style no matter what players they have. Ange Postecoglou did exactly the same. It works because he won Spurs a European trophy.
But he also lost 22 times.
But he lost 22 times and he was completely unrelenting, and he had absolutely no ability whatsoever to adjust his style of play for the players that he had. And going into this game in the way Rossini's done, he's just following his philosophy. He's not guided by the players that he's got. He's not guided by that back four and how he should play the game with the players that are at his disposal. And that's the problem. And that's a massive problem in management at the moment. We saw it with Ruben Amorim. He stuck with a system that very clearly didn't work. And every time he changed it, United won a game. And every single time he'd go back. Because because managers at the moment are so obsessed with their philosophies. They genuinely believe so much that even if they get sacked from this job, they'll get the right job where the philosophy will work and they'll win things and they'll get a big pay packet. Because it happened to Vincent Kompany, it's happened to managers.
And also, you get sacked so quickly. Like the lifespan of a manager in the Premier League, we'll talk about the Premier League, but across football is so incredibly short. You very rarely see anyone get time to actually build what they want to build. I don't know how we can sit here and we can say that Liam Rossini has really implemented what he wants to implement at Chelsea. I don't think the football and the style of football is necessarily bad. I don't think it's bad.
I think it could work with the right
If Chelsea don't get Champions League football this season, can you see him being there next season?
But
look, in all honesty, what is the expectation of Chelsea Football Club? Because Chelsea is run like a business as far as I'm concerned.
I mean, for example, why did Maresca get sacked?
Maresca got sacked because he was unhappy.
He was unhappy the way the club was being.
He was angling for the City. He was angling for the City move.
But when it's mutual consent, usually there's a reason for it.
No, I think he called out the ball because he didn't like the way.
He let it be known he was interested to speak to City if the opportunity came about.
But I think there was other stuff in the way that he didn't like how the recruitment was. The same way that obviously Pochettino did get sacked, but it was also a parting of ways because he wasn't happy about the way that it was dealt with Conor Gallagher and certain players he wanted to come in.
Can't forget Tuchel as well.
Yeah, and the Tuchel situation, which was at a weird time. That was at right in the crux of the transition with Tuchel. And you have to have a look at the decisions that Chelsea have made since the takeover and the ownership. All they care about is getting money for these
essentially,
young
Abby,
players.
what we're saying is the way almost kind of this football club is being run in terms of that recruitment. It's set up to not win the big trophies. So you're almost saying then that whether it's Liam Rossini, whether it's Enzo Maresca, whether it's the person after Liam Rossini, whoever comes in is not being given the tools to be successful. Therefore, it's not on Liam Rossini.
That is what I believe. I don't believe that Chelsea Football Club, as it stands, yes, we take the mick and we say they've spent £1 billion bottle jobs, all of this, fine. But when you're spending £1 billion and you look at what you've got to show for it, I'm sorry, but in my opinion, you might as well have just gone and flushed her down the toilet. Because I think there are good players in there in terms of a Caicedo, a Fernandes, a Palmer. Obviously, Palmer's not glowing tonight, and he wasn't last week. James was already there, come through their academy. I look at how many players have come through Chelsea's academy at Cobham and been sold and gone elsewhere and have done a brilliant job. I think that is crazy. They've had one of the best academies, one of the most fruitful academies in the world, and they're more interested in buying and flipping players for a profit. Try and build something. You know, I would love to have had an academy at Tottenham like Chelsea have. I would have loved to. Absolutely. The same way that City have a brilliant academy as well.
There is still some pretty, I mean, let's be honest. I mean, you talk all you want about, there is still some pretty experienced players in that Chelsea team.
And look at their squad,
to lose 8-2, though, Abby.
Look at
to a team they beat 6 months ago in the Club World Cup final.
I'm sorry, you're talking about Mark Gu and Liam Delap. Like, we're talking about Chelsea Football Club that had the Makalelis, that had Essien,
winners,
that had Carvalhos, that had Ivanovics, that had Drogbas, Anelkas. You're talking about that, and we're talking about Liam Delap and Mark Gu up front. If I was, like I said, nothing makes me happier than seeing Chelsea do badly. But if I was a Chelsea fan, my head would be on Mars.
There are some really good. There are some good players in that squad. There are some genuinely good, talented players in that squad. I also don't think that it does anyone any justice to just blame it all on Liam Rossini. I don't think that he can be the problem because the problem's outlasted Liam Rossini and it will outlast him anyway. That's not the problem. Should he have set up like this against PSG? Probably not.
Should he have put Jorgensen in goal last week? Probably not.
Probably not. And he's made some errors, but he's a young manager. And what was the point in bringing him in then? What was the point?
I don't know
because if the point was that they just wanted their guy,
yes
to just be a yes man.
Play the young players just like at Strasbourg.
But if that is the only reason that they just wanted a yes man, then there's no point in even having the conversation then, because he won't get sacked.
This is the point.
Because he won't get sacked because he is a yes man.
Yeah, but
that's it.
There comes a point where, again, how crucial is it for Chelsea to get Champions League football in terms of the monetary value of it?
Absolutely vital.
But they obviously think, but that's my point, is they obviously think that, yes, he might be a yes man, but they also think he's talented enough to lead us to the Champions League.
I'm telling you, this won't wash for Chelsea fans. There's just no.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. We've had Chelsea fans
are clearly not happy.
Yeah.
No, but losing at this is this Chelsea's worst ever result?
In the Champions League, yeah, we'll look that up. CJ, where are you at in terms of where this Chelsea team are heading and the future of Liam Rosenior?
I mean, the future of Liam Rosenior, you never know, really. I do think he is a good manager. I do think, there's 2 parts to every story or 3 parts to every story. I do think he's a bit of a yes man, but also I feel like he's got his own... I actually think he's a good manager. I do think there's issues at Chelsea historically and what we've seen in the last few months in spite of him, but I do think isolated to what he can control, his tactics, who he's playing in the back 4 or 5, he's evidently got a lot of stuff wrong. And he is a young manager, kind of putting his hand in the fire and getting burnt. It's just a mixed bag, but you look at Chelsea, all they care about is profit. They bought Garnacho, respectfully, I know he's a professional footballer, but they probably looked at it, we buy him for a couple of million quid and we'll sell him. As I said earlier, and I was making a joke, it's literally like playing Football Manager and just trying to make profits. Chelsea fans are right to be disillusioned. Obviously, they're going to be upset tonight because they're losing 3-0, 8-2 on aggregate, but they have to accept it. Chelsea Football Club probably hasn't looked for the last 3 years tops what they've become accustomed to with the Joses and the Contes, and the list goes on. You look around their team, they haven't got bad players, but you can't really see light at the end of the tunnel.
It's not the same Chelsea, and I think that's what people need to accept. It's just absolutely not the same Chelsea as it was under
exactly that.
Him. By the way, their biggest loss was 8-1 in 1953 against Wolves, and in Europe 4-1. So this is their biggest in Europe, and this is their biggest ever. 8-2.
8-2, yeah, 8-2 on aggregate. It's been messy. I mean,
shot themselves in the foot.
Some of the defending has been shambolic. And I think you're right, Abby. I think the way we almost discuss Chelsea and talk about Chelsea maybe has to change. When, you've got to do is look at the list of players they've signed over the last sort of,
7
years. It's another good save there by the goalkeeper. I mean, Kim, it's still constant City pressure, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, we've been really good in this game. My only worry now is that we're definitely not going to get through, so are we just tiring up?
Chance! Goal! City have scored. He's offside again.
Oh my God!
I think they'd have a look at that.
My goodness me! What? He's got no excuse there to be offside at Nuru, because that cross comes in from the right hand side, and he's literally looking across the line. And he doesn't look like a man that's particularly confident that he's
Two
offside.
Offside goals, a red card,
cross that comes in. What is he doing?
Why is he so far offside?
He's so far offside.
It's a fullback.
Such stupidity.
That is so silly. Can I? Sorry, I just was looking at this from when Clearlake came in and just looking at their transfers. So from 2022, you tell me if any of these have worked out. Just say yes or no.
Okay.
Sterling.
No.
Koulibaly.
Disaster.
No.
Kukurea.
Yes. Yeah.
Fofana.
Mixed.
Oh, CBC. No. I think Fofana.
I mean, how much they buying for? 80?
70-80 million pounds.
Yeah, no.
Aubameyang.
No.
Dennis Zakaria was on loan.
No.
Chukwuemeka.
No.
Cassidy.
No.
Solonina. Oh, the
Who's
keeper.
that?
Keeper. I think it was keeper.
Unless they sold him for a profit. No.
And so far we've got 2. Enzo Fernandez.
One, haven't we?
No, we've got 2 because we said Fofana.
Oh, I'm not having him, by the way. No way.
Yeah, no.
All right, we'll just have
we need 78 million. No.
All right, January 23, Enzo Fernandez.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think overall, yeah.
Mudryk.
No.
Eddie Ashil.
No.
Madueke.
No.
Malagusto.
No.
Andre Santos.
Yes.
David Fofana.
No.
João Felix loan.
No.
Caicedo.
Yeah.
Lavia.
Yeah.
No.
Been injured.
Injuries.
I think it's too.
Quality is there. You just haven't been fit.
So we've got 4 so far.
4 guarantees. Yeah.
Okay, Nicholas Jackson.
They probably miss him, to be real.
I'd say no, but
I'd say no, but they probably miss him.
But it's again, hindsight's a wonderful thing. Cole Palmer would be number 5.
100%. Yeah.
Axel Disasi.
No.
Robert Sanchez.
No.
Geordie Petrovic.
No.
Ugochukwu.
No.
David Washington.
No.
Who?
Angelo Gabriel.
No.
Idea who that is. 2024 major arrivals in youth strategy. Esteval.
Yeah.
He's
quality.
Obviously, Quenda hasn't come yet. No, so we can. Okay, Liam Delap.
No. No.
Who else did you get in the summer? That's what I've got here. Who else did they sign in the summer?
João Pedro, he's been good.
João Pedro.
Yeah, he's worked.
Neto.
Esteval we mentioned. He's
João Pedro and Neto. You would put.
Pedro. Neto.
I'll just let Neto win. I'll let him.
Okay,
so we're essentially saying over what?
That was 50.
So we're saying Cucurella.
50 plus since 2022, if we're including youth and academy products. So we have got
Cucurella, Enzo. I mean, put Andre Santos, that feels a bit generous, but...
That feels generous, but they like him. So
Cucurella, Enzo, Andre Santos, Caicedo, Palmer, Estevao, João Pedro, Neto.
Out of
to
20...
be fair, Noni was their top goal scorer at one point. I think
but they were fined for Madueke to go.
Yeah.
So we're talking about 50 plus players since 2022.
I'm trying to cut them a luxury, really.
We're talking about 8 players that we think have been a success. And I think that maybe even if you ask Chelsea fans directly, because none of us are Chelsea fans, they might actually say that is less than that.
Some of the names you were saying.
Like Quaker wouldn't say Neto.
Quaker wouldn't say Neto. Quaker probably wouldn't say Neto.
Yeah, he wouldn't say Neto and Andre.
There's a man down as well for Chelsea.
Let's maybe put this, let's look at players that possibly could be part of a Chelsea team that are challenging for the top honours. Then you'd maybe just say Cucurella, Enzo, Caicedo, Palmer, Estevao. You're taking out Andre Santos and
Lavia if he stays fit.
So,
I think 5 is probably fair.
I think it's about 5.
Yeah, but City are in trouble here. Is that that could be a penalty? No way. Was that Mbappe they went through?
Don't know what he was doing.
It was Mbappe.
Good pace that from 8-0 to get
Yeah, he did well to get back there. He had a little tug of his shirt, but possibly let's go maybe at just the right time there.
Looking for it.
Not that maybe it's going to, So essentially, what we're rounding off this Chelsea conversation is their recruitment and their football strategy is failing the football club.
You're talking about 5 to 8 players that we are saying that Chelsea have been successful.
But their owners wouldn't say that's a failure.
But you look at what Chelsea have spent, and they have spent over £1 billion to come out with potentially 8 players that have been successful at Chelsea with absolutely nothing to...
You need to see their profit and loss.
Well, they won the Club World Cup, to be fair.
No one cares about the Club World Cup. No one cares.
Oh, that is
it's a glorified
Vinicius.
Community Shield.
Even worse. What is going on? What a fine
offside flag's gone up. That goal's not going to count.
It's literally Community Shield.
That's terrible.
Yeah, I'm just saying, they have won. They obviously won the Conference League, which we know is below what Chelsea...
So my point exactly. We spent Chelsea spent over £1 billion, and we've got 5 to 8 players that are success, and we're talking about Chelsea Football Club having a success in the Conference League. And the Club World Cup. It's Chelsea Football Club. The standard is higher. We could sit here and talk about Tottenham in that, okay? Sure. We could talk about that for sure. If Spurs had won
teams
that.
change,
but it's crazy to talk about Chelsea in this
teams
way.
And clubs change. Like that whole narrative of it's Chelsea Football Club or it's Manchester United Football Club. It's been Manchester United Football Club for 15 years and they haven't done anything. And Manchester United Football Club has changed. They're not the same as they were. Chelsea have now changed.
Chelsea are not the same, and I think that's where we need to lower our expectations. The same way that we should have lowered the expectations with Manchester United. We won't know what Manchester United looks like
the expectation when you say things like it's Chelsea Football Club is that they deserve better. They don't deserve better.
No, they don't.
They're in a cycle now where they're at the bottom of the cycle. They were at the top. They will be back at some point. Same with Man United. United are getting back to that point of their cycle. But when people mention it's Manchester United, so this should happen, or it's Chelsea Football Club, times change.
No one has a God-given right for
Chelsea
anything.
Football Club is not the same football club anymore.
But again, ownership is a big thing, Kim, and I think we need to look at your own club to look at how big ownership can be.
Come on,
my God! Sorry, David Raya. Have a look at this save from David Raya.
And he's right to shout at his teammates, switch on, just see out the job.
There's a shot from close range with the left foot. He must be 10 yards out, CJ. And David Raya throws himself to his right-hand side.
His reflexes are ridiculous.
He's like a cat.
That's a great save. He's like a cat. David Raya, thank you, man.
Kim?
Ownership like our ownership and ownership like Chelsea's old ownership can never happen anymore.
No, it can't happen anymore because you two have both ruined that for everybody else.
That's not necessarily the case.
Well, it is, but look at where Manchester City were and who Manchester City were before you got bought, and look at where Chelsea were before Chelsea got bought. Obviously, Chelsea had more success than City before that. They had, but in all honesty, Chelsea Football Club became what Chelsea became because of Roman.
I'm not sure
I think that is true. That is true. Chelsea became what Chelsea became because of Roman, and Manchester City have become what Manchester City have become because of your.
What do you dispute about that, Kim?
I'm not sure that Chelsea was more successful before Abramovich.
They were. No. I didn't say more successful. They're more successful than City.
Before Abramovich?
Yeah, they were more successful than City were before they got taken.
I'm not sure that's true.
Let's take that to VAR.
You can take that to VAR. Go and look at the achievements.
I think Abby's right, personally.
But the point, though, of the pro football clubs changed, Kim, when the ownership came in. You agree with that, don't you?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, sure.
But what I don't agree with is when people are talking about clubs like Chelsea and talking about clubs like Manchester United, and all they say is, this is Chelsea Football Club we're talking about. They should expect better. Why should they expect that?
When we're looking at Manchester City,
they're not that club anymore.
But when we're looking,
I think that's more led at the fans. Like the fans want better, rather than the club. Like everyone can see the club is not what it used to be. But the fans are right for the glory days to want.
I also disagree with that because I think that a club should be run in a proper way that puts the football first. I don't think that it is about profit. over glory. I
Yeah, but
don't.
it's a
I look at that from my
necessary
own club.
It's a necessary evil.
I don't think it always is a necessary evil. I think in order to be competitive,
all our clubs just care about money. Like, football's gone from being what we'd all want it to be as fans. Like, I think we all have to recognise. That's why all of these clubs, the minute they had the opportunity to sign for, what was it, the Super League, we're only a few years away from when all of our clubs signed up for the Super League. Obviously, there was a backlash. These clubs are profit, not necessarily profit first, but it is a profit and money thing.
But you also have to realise that you're saying, oh yeah, like City and Chelsea have ruined that for everyone. The reason that Chelsea are like that now, and they are profit focused, is because they have to be.
Yeah,
because of the rules and regulations that have been put in place.
But they had Roman there for years, and no one cared. Look at the suspended sentence they got yesterday, the suspended ban they got. Like, it's not. I'm sorry, but when you're constantly being investigated for 115 charges that has no end to when this is going to be finished or not. And bear in mind, I like City. I've got no beef whatsoever with Manchester City at all. And then you're looking at Chelsea getting suspended transfer bans as well. I'm sorry, but the whole landscape of football changed because of your two teams. It did. And now you look at someone like Newcastle, who obviously have got their Saudi investment, and they can't do what they want to do, and you've got PSR in place, and that's because
and whose fault's that?
It's not on necessarily you. It's not necessarily on Chelsea. Your clubs are your clubs, and you've benefited handsomely off of it. It's football's problem. It's this country's problem, and what we allowed to happen to it. But now I can understand the frustration if you're a Newcastle fan, where you have to abide by PSR and Aston Villa, and you want to be able to compete.
Everton as well.
And Everton, and you can't do it because you've effectively got one hand tied behind your back, which is not fair because you've seen Manchester City profit off of it and you've seen Chelsea do it. I watched Chelsea knock Tottenham out of the Champions League spot for the rule to be changed the following year because they won the Champions League. That rule was changed. But now you have a look at what Chelsea are, the things that they snitched on themselves on, and what about that? Does that take back that place that Spurs missed out on when they finished top four?
The quicker we think football's ethical, the better.
Does that, take away their titles? Because Spurs finished second to them one year, so should I have a title out of it? Or what about when players had gone to Chelsea over Spurs because they offered more money?
You know the answer to those questions, don't you, Abby?
Of course I do, and you can't change it. And that's what it is. There'll be titles that Arsenal maybe could have won if it wasn't for Manchester City. Titles that Liverpool could have won. But it is what it is. Football, the game's the game. You charge it.
But what is this whole, if it wasn't for Manchester City, if it wasn't for Chelsea? There were no rules, and then there were rules. Why do you think those rules are established? Why do you genuinely believe that?
Why were the rules established after?
No, why were they established in the first place? Because the heads of Liverpool, Arsenal, Manchester United looked and they thought, oh my God, we're going to lose our monopoly here. Let's create a set of rules that is going to inhibit any other team from going from the bottom to the top. Because in what other line of business, in anywhere in the world, sport or otherwise, are you allowed to take over a business, but you're not allowed to put your own money into it?
Yeah, sure.
How does that make any sense?
Sure, I'm not disputing that.
It doesn't matter, but it shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter what you spend.
It shouldn't matter. There is a degree of spending what you make. I hear that, but there is a degree of spending.
Of course, you should be able to spend
what you want. That's the whole point.
I agree with you. You should be able to spend whatever you want.
So you can't blame City and Chelsea for that. And
I don't blame you for it. But again, the landscape of football has changed because of your two teams.
And my point is now, with Chelsea, because you can't do what Abramovich did. This is now just going to have to be the new normal.
It's just Abramovich was on winning. These lot are on something else because they're still spending money. It's just you're seeing on the pitch like the results of the fruits of their labour. They're not on winning. The people above at Chelsea are not necessarily on winning.
It's about profit.
£1 billion spent. You are scratching your eyes and your head to see where it was spent.
Well, exactly. Where have you spent the £1 billion on? And that's what would get
even
my
when
back
Sam said,
"Oh,
if we find 80 million, I was like, what? You mad?
What they make back in terms of their
Mudryk is like 70-odd million.
Think about it. Look at what they make back.
Garnacho.
They can't have flipped for that much. Can't have.
Half of the players Abby was saying, like David Washington, all them kind of players, they're probably the profit makers.
Probably. But it's not going to add up to £1 billion, is it? It's the same thing. I sit here and we talk about Tottenham and I say it's profit over glory. Tottenham is the bottom of the list when it comes
all football teams are like that.
When it comes to that, at least see some investment on the pitch in the right way. The recruitment has to be better because actually you'd have a much better product, in my case, if actually your team matched the stadium and everything else. You've got the facilities. Mine are miles away off.
But Abby, the problem is though.
Mine wants a profit.
Abby, the problem is though you've got owners who try and choose glory over profit. Yeah. For example, Leicester City owners.
Correct.
They won the Premier League 10 years ago. Now they're going to be in League One.
Yeah, and
so the rules are bent against people who actually want glory. The rules are favoured for ownerships who only want to make profit. That is the problem. So you can't get owners who want glory because they've got because as you said, they've got hands tied behind their back.
What happened with Leicester was a freak thing, right?
Well, Newcastle then, for example, they're 10th in the Premier League. They've got the richest owners in the world.
They can't do what
so
they
can't be. So, but they can't be successful. Even if they want to choose glory over profit, they are not allowed to do that. They have to now choose profit over glory.
Well,
So we can blame Chelsea's owners all we want, but if they wanted pure glory, they'd get done by PSR.
That's my point.
Correct, but now you've got the rules of PSR, and that was never a thing.
Well, talking of one of those teams that you've been speaking about, Chelsea, they just 8-2 to PSG in the Champions League over 2 legs. We've got some full times coming in. It is Chelsea 0, Paris Saint-Germain 3. A bad night, a bad week for Chelsea Football Club, really, especially again when you think of that Newcastle defeat as well in the week. Chelsea 0, PSG 3, 8-2 on aggregate. Arsenal have beaten by Leverkusen by 2-0, and Arsenal go through to the quarterfinals of the Champions League. Arsenal are top of the Premier League, in the quarterfinals of the Champions League, in the Carabao Cup final, and of course they're very much alive and kicking as well in the FA Cup. Can Arsenal win the quadruple? My goodness me, it's going to take some stopping. Real Madrid have scored against Man City. Man City 1, Real Madrid 2. Vinny Jr. scores from close range, and he's got his top to show to everybody. And Donnarumma is going over and is not happy maybe at the celebrations there, but I don't think there was any problem there. Kim, mate, Man City 1, Madrid 2, 5-1 in aggregate. I'll ask you this one more time. I've said it a few times tonight, but this feels brutal, Man City, doesn't it?
Yeah, we played well. I think we played pretty well this game. I don't think 5-1 is a particularly fair reflection, but we deserve to lose. We definitely deserve to go out because we haven't taken our chances. We've had some really, really good chances, particularly in this game. The first 20 minutes of last game, and you go to the Bernabeu, let's say you're 2-0 up. That completely changes the complexion of the tie, obviously. We were instead 3-0 down at half-time, and we've been made to pay for our own mistakes. And it's the story of the season, to be honest. You look at that West Ham game, how many chances did we have in the last 20, 30 minutes of that West Ham game? Nottingham Forest, they had 2 shots. One of them was a back heel, the other one was from 35 yards, and they ended up drawing the game.
And just confirmation, Vinny Jr. just straight offside, so obviously it doesn't matter to the outcome, but it's Man City 1, Real Madrid 1. Where does this leave City season, Kim? Obviously, title race, we know it looks tough. Is it now kind of prioritised, obviously, Sunday in the FA Cup?
I think Sunday is going to be huge because I think the FA Cup we're always pretty good in, and I would expect us to get to Wembley at least for a semi-final for that, definitely. I think Sunday is huge because that is by far our most likely chance of a silverware. We've got 90 minutes to come up against Arsenal. Pep's record against Arteta is pretty good on the whole. I think I wish, to be honest, that at half-time he'd just taken off most of our players and put on the kids because we were never going to win this game, even though I had a slight glimmer of hope.
You said you had half a chance.
I know, even though I had a slight glimmer of hope, let's be honest. I mean, we were never going to win this game, and I think Sunday's absolutely huge. I do think that the title race is over. Yeah, I think the last week has really defined our season.
We're dropping 4 points to Forest.
Dropping 4 points to Forest and West Ham, getting embarrassed, whatever you say about the result, getting embarrassed against Real Madrid in both games. Vinny Jr.'s just scored now, so we've lost both of them. It's just been a terrible couple of weeks for City.
Yeah, not a good week. A few weeks at all for Man City. Sorry, is that the same goal?
No, I think it's
a different goal. No.
Sorry,
it's another one.
Vinny Jr. who's just scored again for Man City.
It's another one.
Right the first time.
We need to have TVs behind Kim and behind there. Man City 1, Real Madrid 2. Vinny Jr. has scored for Real Madrid, and it is now 5-1 on aggregate. The ball came out to the right hand side, a whip ball into the box, and Vinny Jr. makes a really, really good run. Then it's a hard ball to defend, but sort of Motegay maybe gets sort of caught on his feet a little bit. Vinny Jr. He's definitely onside there. Vinny Jr. makes a good run off Motegay, and to be fair, the first time finish into the back of the net is really, really impressive, Kim.
Yeah, I mean, Mark Gay's been absolutely exceptional in the Premier League since he's joined, but the last 2 games, obviously he only played half of this game, and at the Bernabeu, I mean, he's been tore inside out. He really has. He's had a really, really difficult time, and I think it's his first ever Champions League game. Obviously, he was playing for Crystal Palace at the beginning of the season, probably didn't expect to be going to the Bernabeu in February or March, whenever it was in March. He didn't expect that. It's just a bit too soon for him. He's also playing with a new team and constantly rotating partners, constantly Kusanov, or is it Diaz? I think, look, we made good signings in January. I still think we're in a transition. I think this last couple of weeks have really shown that. I think the manner of the defeats and the manner of the performances, like the Nottingham Forest game, the game at the Bernabeu today, the game against West Ham, it just strikes me of a team who isn't quite at their optimum yet, still a little bit in the infancy, because I don't think we've necessarily played that bad to lose 2 and draw 2 out of those 4 games.
It's not a ruthless City team anymore. It's not a clinical City team. There's City team, you give them a sniff, they put you away.
There's no
this
ruthlessness.
Team can't dominate games like they used to, can they?
Absolutely, and I think partly to do with that is just that football has changed. I don't think that many teams are really dominating games. You look at Arsenal, how many games this year have they actually been that great in? They've just scored goals at the right time, and I think City just haven't been able to do that. Part of that, as I've mentioned before, is the fact that our basically only striker has been on poor form, and we just don't have that great a backup cast in attack at the moment. We just don't. I mean, you look at who started the game at the Bernabeu. You had Savinho on the pitch. I mean, he's not a Championship player. Never mind a Champions League player.
80 million.
I mean, it's one of the worst pieces of business in history.
The fact that we offered 80 million.
He is genuinely, as you know, I've been watching City since I was 4 years old. We've had some bad players like Carradi, Bianchi. Darius Vassell was better than Savinho. And I like Darius Vassell much better. Much better. I mean, Savinho really is one of the worst players, and he's starting in the Champions League at the Bernabeu. That's a problem for me. So I think there's been some poor transfers. I think this team's in its infancy, and I think next season we will come alive. I don't think we need to spend that much. I think we've spent a lot of money over the last couple of windows. I don't think we need that much. Maybe a slightly better backup striker, potentially. Maybe a midfielder like an Elliot Anderson or someone with a little bit more gumption. But yeah, it's been a really poor 2 weeks. A season-defining 2 weeks, to be honest.
So Manchester City and Chelsea have been knocked out of the Champions League. Chelsea 0, PSG 3, PSG winning 8-2 on aggregate. Man City 1, Real Madrid 2, 5-1 on aggregate for Man City. Arsenal are through though to the Champions League quarter-final, winning 2-0 on the night and 3-1 on aggregate. Earlier on, Sporting beat Bodo Glimt 5-0 to seal their place in the quarter-finals, and Watford did beat Wrexham 3-1 in the Championship to close in on the top 6. We'll take a quick break on talkSPORT goals. Then when we come back, we'll round up everything that's happened tonight in the Champions League.
When do we hear about City and 115? Is there any correlation here?
The overlap, I think, is only to the extent as to the treatment of this sort of conduct has not been treated as severely as PSR. So in a theoretical scenario where City are found to have breached some of the rules, but ultimately, like Chelsea, that wouldn't have impacted on its PSR position.
Yeah.
This agreement suggests that, save for the fact that there was cooperation here and early admission, save for that fact, that maybe it's not even a points deduction for something as extreme as that. Maybe. So I think this is generally positive for City in terms of its leniency, but I wouldn't read too much into it because, of course, this is a sanction agreement. As to when it's coming, I mean, clearly we are now way over the expectations of all the parties. The last information I had is they have no idea when it's coming. I think we are back in the realms when international breaks are more likely than other times, but who knows?
And one international break's about to come up.
But for City, you must be in the same space.
Yeah.
If you are, because part of the allegation against City is fraud. So if indeed you are found to be guilty, because at this moment in time City aren't found guilty of anything, if you're found to be guilty, how do you then take up the table of sanctions and say, well, actually, It's a points or removal of credit and whatever else you had in the past because you've just allowed Chelsea to admit.
I think what they would say is, in the City case, you will struggle to get any of those lines of mitigation.
No, fine.
That are there in the Chelsea
but does
case.
mitigation
So it'll
remove,
all be aggravation.
But does mitigation remove points then?
Good evening and welcome back to talkSPORT Goals. It's brought to you by Final One Standing, new from William Hill, 18+, thegamblerware.org, Sam Ellard, CJ the Lulaguna, Abby Summers and Kim Qatari with you until around 10:15 this evening. Then it's the Sports Bar, Jamie O'Hara and Jermaine Pennant taking your calls on a busy night of Champions League football. We had one big turnaround, unfortunately not from Man City or Chelsea. It came from Sporting, who beat Bodo Glimt 5-0, going through 5-3 on aggregate. Arsenal got the job done against Bayer Leverkusen. It was 1-1 in aggregate before this evening. Arsenal winning 2-0 on the night. So Arsenal's perfect Champions League campaign continuing after topping the group in the league phase. They'll face Sporting in the quarter-finals. Chelsea had it all to do against Paris Saint-Germain. Another bad night for Chelsea, losing at home 3-0 to PSG, who win 8-2 on aggregate. And Man City won, Real Madrid 2. 5-1 in aggregate for Madrid, although perhaps that doesn't tell the full story. City had 10 men, lots of chances, didn't take them, and Real Madrid were clinical, and they are through to the quarterfinals with PSG, Arsenal and Sporting. But CJ, the Arsenal fairy tale season, if you like, continues into the Champions League quarterfinals, top of the Premier League, Carabao Cup final this Sunday, FA Cup quarterfinals where you'll face Southampton away. Can this Arsenal team be stopped?
Of course we can be stopped. We're human, but it's down to us to prove everything wrong. At the end of the day, yeah, there's been a lot said about my football club from people that don't support my football club. End of the day, the dream's alive. We're still in all competitions. Do I think we're going to do the quadruple and all these things? Of course, I'd love to be wrong, and who wouldn't want to win everything? But I think that's near enough impossible. It's always impossible until someone does it. At the end of the day, we're kicking on. We've done what we've needed to do. You know, it was a draw going into the game against Leverkusen. We weren't necessarily happy in Germany, but we've handled business. It's a convincing professional performance. There's no injuries apart from those that was prior to the game, and now full attention's on the game, or better yet, the final on Sunday, man. We've got a good chance of ending this season with a bit of silverware or two. I don't think the Premier League's decided. Obviously, it's a 50% chance in the League Cup final. Champions League, I don't really rate our chances as much as Why not? I've spoken to you lot before. The Champions League is the one I really want. I just think it comes down to individual brilliance, and at this moment in time, I know Eze scored a screamer and Rice has stood up to be counted, but I can't sit there and say if we go into the next phases and we stink out the gaff, who is just going to simply get us out of jail? Like, as romantic as it was last year against Real Madrid, when you go through to the next round against PSG, when the romance dies, you saw the first leg. You know, the first leg, our balloon was popped, obviously, against Dembele. We went over to France, and it was an amicable effort. But I still remember how that game felt in that.
Yeah, but look at the run.
Nah, bro.
Sport in Lisbon.
Nah, man, don't do that thing of looking at it on paper.
Easy,
like we always sit here and say every team needs to be taken seriously. Every team has earned the right to be there. Obviously, on paper, I'm sure the bookies probably favour Arsenal. But I've seen shocks happen. I've seen worse things happen. So we just got to keep putting the left foot in front of the right and earning the right to be there. Sport in Lisbon, you got to fear. No, I wouldn't say I fear Sporting. I know that, when you lot clip this, you probably say I fear them. They've got nothing to lose against us. Like, if they lose against Arsenal, it's not going to sell too many papers. We just need to keep going. And of course, when that game rocks around, I don't know what our team's going to look like. I don't know for our form, our sentiment, who's going to be fit, who isn't. All we can do is win our games. We did what we needed to do against Everton. We've done what we've needed to do today, and we need to do what needs to be done against Sunday. Obviously, enjoy the international break, and then it's FA Cup with Southampton away. Just keep doing what we're doing. Win games. Simple as that. Business end of season.
And that's thinking. They are winning games. And again, we don't know. They have to have a conversation about the style, but what Arsenal, I said we're not. No, what I'm saying is this is a ruthless Arsenal team, a streetwise Arsenal team. We know they're good defensively, Arsenal. Look, winning the quad hasn't been done, has it, before, Kim? We know how difficult that is. CJ mentions there in the Champions League, individual quality, which obviously teams like PSG and Barca and PSG and Bayern Munich have, but can they be stopped? Will they be stopped?
They're not going to go from bottling 3 titles in a row to winning the quadruple.
Sure.
They're just not going to be able to do that, I don't think. I think Look, you can talk about the side. It's a decent Arsenal team. They just have to be better than everyone else, which in the Premier League they have been, because City have been really poor and Liverpool have been really poor. There will probably come a game in the Champions League where they come up against a really top team on top form, whether it's a Bayern Munich in the final, whether Barcelona pick up some form and they go through, even whether Sporting Lisbon have a ridiculous
I think we can
game
beat
at
them
home.
sides though.
Yeah, you have all the confidence in the world.
I'm not sitting here being bullish, but like I've seen my team cope with these guys.
You have all the confidence in the world, and I wouldn't.
No, I've got confidence in us standing up to be counted, making it difficult. But again, Champions League, how many times have you seen Real Madrid on the brink of going out? Going back to when Pochettino was at PSG, there's 89 minutes in the game that, you know, they've been tactically outdone. You saw Carlos start to do this with his eyebrows. You saw Valverde stand up to be counted. I can't say we have that. Of course, Eze has done today what he's paid to do. Saka ain't done it this season, but we hope he does. That's what gives me confidence in the Champions League. Of course, anybody can turn up and anyone can beat anyone, but I've said this to you two before. The Champions League, if you could offer me the Prem right now in the Champions League, purely speaking for myself, I want the Champions League. My team ain't done that. If I had to pick it for this football club, and specifically Mikel Arteta and the players, I'm going to go with the Prem. Champions League, as long as you're in it, you're in it. Box smart. Premier League, we've got a real chance. I don't subscribe to the idea that it's all done, because a lot of people thought it was done when we drew against Wolves. So again, a week's a long time in football. Yeah. We just need to keep going. Obviously, the League Cup final is the League Cup final, but you know, I'm sure you lot have had the question about if City win or if Arsenal win, what could that mean for their seasons going forward? So just keep doing what we're doing. Just keep our feet on the ground and just hope just keep doing what we're doing. And hopefully May is a successful time. And I hope to see Abby in Finsbury Park.
You just said
I'm straight out of here on the 26th, mate. I've already booked something.
Swear on.
Swear.
People, get in the DMs, man. Don't let her run. Don't run from the ground.
I'm off. I've got my contractual obligations.
Whenever she's back in this country, people, you know what you need to do.
You won't find me, CJ. I'll be coming back out for the World Cup, so you won't see
me.
That's not.
There's a fun in that, Abby, man.
You won't see me.
There's no fun in that. North London forever in that.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably quite wise for you, isn't it, to finish off work and then just disappear, right?
It's not just me. It's not just me.
Oh, really?
The few of us who will work at the other place. 26th off. Don't ask when we're coming back.
You look and get relegated and win the champs. You never know, Abby.
Even like when I do work in Finsbury Park a lot. Obviously, it's Arsenal Central, Arsenal Hub. Even on my way here, the amount of people that literally stop me,
really,
just laugh at me.
Are you famous?
In Finsbury Park,
yeah. Poor Pusha.
Yeah, Abby. I mean, this Arsenal team, they're almost just ticking every single block. Everything that almost kind of gets thrown in their way. Like even when they had that little wobble, was it around January time where
we've had a couple wobbles this season, man?
But they seem to, Abby. They seem to come through those wobbles, don't they?
You create your own luck. You do create your own luck, especially when you're in a title race. And I think that I've seen that with Arsenal this season. I've seen City not capitalise when Arsenal haven't stepped up, or I've seen us, and that was where we had a little bit of a back and forth for a little bit, like in January time. You know, City couldn't capitalise when Arsenal did mess up, and likewise when City went ahead, or not ahead, but when City closed the gap a little bit, Arsenal were struggling to do that themselves as well. So there was that little period of time, if we can call it a title race. I don't really think we've had much of a title race, if I'm totally honest with you.
Oh, I'm not sure about that.
Nah, we definitely have.
We really have.
Last year we didn't. We definitely have.
Compared to last season,
we've had a title race came out. I mean,
Liverpool were flying with it.
I mean, we haven't been top of the league at any point, so it's hard to
no, but 10 days
ago,
you were 2 points behind them, weren't you?
At the beginning.
In comparison to last season, we've had a title race, but I really think, boys, your standards were very, very low.
Hey, listen, Liverpool was running away with it first 5 games of the season. We've come into the 4. People were mentioning City. I've seen Chelsea and Villa thrown into it.
I think we've been desperately trying to make a title race.
Yeah, I'm what?
There's 2 teams fighting for it. Nothing's decided yet.
Come on, but they're 9 points. Good to you.
Yeah, but that could be 6. God forbid, that could be 6
points.
points.
You sleep at night, whatever helps you, makes you think.
No, but that could be 6.
I would say that you've run away.
They've got a game in hand, and if they beat us, that's 6 points chalked on for them. Like, I know people are looking at City or not the same City side.
It's just not a title race. You've not been that great.
Until it's mathematically, I'll have that because it means we're the best of the bunch. But until it's mathematically impossible, stop doing this.
Yeah, best of a bad bunch for sure.
That's cool. I'll take that. There's no asterisk.
Anything else? Can we change topic?
Why did you change topic?
Boring.
North London forever, Super Mick and that.
Where have you got booked then for May 26th? Anywhere nice? Somewhere hot?
Yeah, somewhere hot.
Out of the country?
Out of the country.
Are you not allowed to say in case you're worried that the Finsbury Park mob are going to follow you?
No one's knowing my destination.
Arsenal change their title. Parade.
No one's knowing my destination.
They'll get her when she's back.
Leaving the country, okay?
Yeah, I'm sure we'll see it on your Instagram.
You will, but at that point, if you want to pay to come out and find me, then good on you. But yeah, I'm not telling any of you where I'm going. I'll tell you.
Okay, that's fair enough.
I'm not telling you.
No. Kim, when you go back a few weeks ago, going into that Forest game, that West Ham game, we obviously dropped 4 points back to back. At that point, were you confident that maybe you could have made it, not necessarily win the league, but really sort of push Arsenal? You go into that game with the Etihad with, 5 games to go, asking Arsenal real problems?
Yeah, I mean, when it was 2 points, I was confident. And I feel like I had every right to be confident because even though we weren't playing particularly well, we were getting by. But I think this last 2 weeks, obviously in the Champions League and the Premier League, has just completely ruined our season. And there's no point in pretending otherwise. The title race is absolutely over now. And I think, to be completely honest, when I look at those Forest games and those West Ham games, yeah, we had a lot of chances. Yes, we could have scored. Yes, we were a little bit unlucky. But really, the unluck that we got there was kind of justification for the luck that we got against Leeds when we won the game, the luck that we've had at certain points throughout the season. We haven't really blown anyone away. Neither have Arsenal in most games, but we haven't really blown anyone away. We haven't been great. When we've won by 1 goal, and we've defended really well. Like, we've gone 1-0 up, and then Donnarumma's done a bit of housery and basically sat on the ball in the second half and taken the yellow card. We've done a lot of that, but it's not been a vintage season whatsoever.
Guys, Kim, Abby, CJ, thank you very much. talkSPORT Goals will be back on Sunday for Carabao Cup final. Spurs Forest game is obviously big, but Arsenal through to the quarterfinals of the Champions League. Tough nights for Chelsea and Man City, who exit. If you're watching on talkSPORT's YouTube channel or on your smart TVs, don't go anywhere. Jamie O'Hara and Jermaine Pennant are next with the Sports Bar, taking your calls on a busy night of Champions League football. 03717 22 3344.
Manchester United legend Nicky Butt has recently come out saying the club must give Bruno Fernandes anything he wants, is the quote, in order to keep him there amid continued links to Saudi Arabia. Fernandes, for me, Gabby, has been absolutely tremendous. He's now just 4 assists off the Premier League record and continues to prove just how important he is to that Manchester United side. He has, mate, you can say what you like, and myself and a few others, I wasn't necessarily happy with him with some of the throwing the hands up and all that stuff. You know, it's probably maybe a more European thing or a foreign thing that they do. And there was things like that you know would probably annoy me a little bit if I was a teammate of his. However, by far and away the most important thing is his ability on the pitch and how he's handled it. And I think he's been, if not the one constant in Manchester United,
100%.
You know, he's been tremendous, mate, hasn't he?
And I'm scared to think where Manchester United would have been over the last 5 years, and especially this season, without Bruno Fernandes. 27 Premier League appearances, Ali, 7 goals, 16 assists.
Wow.
No matter how bad they've been, he's turned up. But I said this in a previous show, Ali, a few months ago. He's 32 in September.
Yep.
He's won 1 FA Cup, 1 League Cup for Manchester United.
Yep.
Could he leave